Good morning to everybody. I think we have we did have an echo, but we took care of it.
We have a quorum?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought
we do have a quorum. 1, 2, 3, 4.
We have a quorum.
That's it. Welcome to Breakfast with Roger and Friends on WAZU FM 90.7 in Peoria. Also on YouTube. Good morning to the folks. Well, how was everybody's weekend? We'll start with the female member of our wonderful staff.
You gonna let her finish too?
Go ahead, John.
Make sure she gets a chance to talk this time.
Yeah. This is your only chance. So make it good.
It was a busy weekend. Saturday, my friend came over and we went through all my mom's dishes and pots and pans. Oh my goodness. My mom, you would think that she was a big cook. We had casserole dishes.
Was it fun?
No, but it's making room.
Okay.
It was
But
making room
be
for my stuff.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
So that was a very productive day. And then yesterday was a sad day. Our pastor retired. I mean, not just
How long has the pastor been?
28
Okay.
years.
Don't they usually, I know in the Methodist Church, they rotate them around,
Well,
like 6 to 8 years, something like that. You're
I should clarify that. She's been a pastor for 28 years. She's been with us for 4 years.
Oh,
she came in
she-
2022.
that's
See, now I assumed a male, but
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
yeah.
No, she was,
So she is retired totally from the clergy.
yes.
How old?
So the bishop was there. She's my brother's age, so 60.
Well, normally you don't ask a woman's
Well, I'm
age,
saying we might have a
Terry.
position here because we don't seem to retire much around here.
You mean in this room?
Yeah, this room.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
She's about 62, 63.
No, that's young.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
a kid.
that's a kid. Don't I wish I were
Louise,
63.
kidding.
Well, I'd be a big
Isn't there a
Alice
song
every
like
weekend.
If I were 63,
Or 60.
wasn't very, oh, well.
Very good. Yeah. How about you, Johnny?
Me?
Yes. What'd you do?
Me? You're gonna have? Are you
Yeah,
done,
what-
Terry? I don't want to step on your toes.
Yeah.
You know,
What'd you do
know
over
I've been
the
directed to. Just typical stuff, sports stuff. You know, things. Went to
stuff,
church.
fun
Yeah, you
stuff.
got
Went to East Moline and watched a track meet for 5 hours in the freezing cold rain. It was
Yeah.
beautiful.
You know, that's the thing about parents and grandparents. They go to the events. The kids, doesn't matter what the weather is, they do their thing. And you sit in the stands shivering, saying, oh, I love being a grandparent.
Well, you go to watch them run, and they're sprinters. So I think total time, because he did less than 30 seconds between the two events that he
Well,
ran.
that's
And you
good.
drove how many hours to?
An hour and a half.
To watch
An
less
hour and a
than
half, and
30
then we
seconds.
sat for 4 hours
jeez.
because one was just near the beginning and
Oh,
near
my.
the end.
It's like those
the
swim
meet.
meets. My son was a swimmer. Same thing.
I coached those meets, and it was
God, like watching paint dry.
fingernails.
What's wrong with that?
Well,
That's actually kind of fun.
What's that?
Watching paint dry,
Oh,
because I
really?
just do it one brush at a time.
You
and
just-
that way.
Yeah, I'm saying.
You know, so I don't get my house.
You have a lot of time.
Yeah. How about you, Terry? What'd you do over the weekend?
No, I
Nothing?
had a show Saturday night.
That's right, you
good.
did. Where was it? Don't tell me. Colchester.
That's right. Have you ever been there?
My family, part of my family's from there.
Really?
Yeah.
West Prairie was
Well-
was the school.
Well, yeah, but it wasn't West Prairie back then.
Oh, okay.
Back then
So
it was Lincoln.
35 kids.
So everything was,
Only 35 kids.
you know, but you know, you still got the show must go on.
Well, yeah, none of the seniors show up. It's a junior-senior deal, and the seniors, they still go party someplace, but the juniors.
Well,
were
did you
there.
have fun? That's it.
I had a lot of fun, and I think the kids had fun.
Wasn't it an all-nighter?
Well, I don't know when they got out. The show I did the show from 11:30 to 12:30, so not bad for me. But
Yeah.
2-hour drive. But here's the weird thing. I'm gonna Google this later. Well, or Terry, you can. You're better at that than I put it in my GPS. In which one do I use? Google Maps. And I went through. I think I drove through a barn and through a through a cornfield.
The road ended once, he drove through a lake and then came back out.
I stopped at some deer petting zoo on the way.
Yeah.
And I get there.
But that's America.
It was weird.
America.
But then when I left, completely different route home. And a much better route, less deer. I still saw about 15 of them, but less deer, more, better roads to drive on. I didn't have to drive through a hay field.
Well, why the difference?
I don't know. That's what I don't know. Why you'd put it in
See, I
to
don't-
get there, and and that's happened to me several times. I'll go to a show, and you don't know where you are, and it's dark. You've never been there, so you're on these old country roads, and then you leave, and you go, oh God, I don't want to do this. Now it's an hour later, but it's a different route. I don't get
Was
it.
one faster than the other, or were they
I-
about
I-
the same? Do you remember?
I think they're about the same. I don't get
There's
it.
no great way to get to western part of the state.
No.
Oh, absolutely none.
One of the hardest cities to get to for many years was Quincy.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Oh, really?
difficult to get to Quincy from Peoria.
Really?
Yeah. And didn't they at one time were planning a big route from here to Kansas City via Quincy?
Yeah, I don't know, but I know that they've got new roads down there.
Where Quincy?
Yeah, but you got to get to that part
Yeah.
before
You
it's
can't- you
easy.
can't get
you
there.
can't get there from here.
You have to go
weird.
through.
You have to go somewhere else.
You had to go through.
That's right.
Des Moines, Iowa, to get to Quincy.
Make a U-turn?
Yeah.
Make a legal U-turn.
Well, somebody asked me what I did.
Oh, we don't care.
Oh,
No, what did you do, Raji?
you'll never guess.
You went to church.
Now I will give
Something
you,
fun,
oh, no,
because he's really happy.
I
He's
rarely
really-
miss church. I'm dating a woman who's very religious, and she calls 18 times.
Make sure you're up.
Yeah, to make sure I'm up on a Sunday morning. Well, I'll give you a hint. My podiatrist retired, Dr. John Hart. And John was the son of Robert Hart, the well-known pediatrician.
Right.
Neat guy. I hated to see him retire. So what do you do?
Go to a retirement party?
Pardon?
Go to a retirement party?
No?
Got a free toenail clip?
Yeah.
Well, you're close.
Oh.
Manicure, pedicure. You got a pedicure?
Yeah, I went
No, you didn't.
at the now. Don't
No, you didn't.
denigrate me because I
Okay.
was already denigrated.
All right.
Kathy said, "Well, you need to go get a pedicure because my toenails were so long, neighbors were complaining."
I got
And-
well,
and
yeah,
I
but you
went-
took away your car shed that you drive under.
God.
And I went. And
Where'd you go? What was the name of this?
A platinum something in Morton at the
Okay.
strip mall.
This the first time for
And
you?
I never, and I walked in, and I thought I'd walked into a woman's dressing room. Everybody in there was, except for the woman who owned it, a very nice Chinese lady. They apparently have taken American names. Her name was Kim.
Of course.
And
Well,
Kim. Yeah, Kim. And the son is Kevin, and he was the only male in there.
Okay.
And you saw women of all ages and sizes, I might add,
And you.
and me, yeah. And I asked Kathy, I said, "Do you have any medication?" Because this,
We don't know what kind of medication you're looking for, Rod. You're walking into a room full of women. That's kind of scary.
Anything that would knock me out.
Okay. This is not hard to do, Roger. Going in and getting your feet worked
Well,
on.
Have you had it?
Of course, I do every
Thank you.
so long.
Thank you.
No.
Because
Yeah,
the
man, it makes
more
you-
I
it
stay
feels
there,
good.
oh, listen, I'll
it
never go to a
can't.
podiatrist again. I mean, that's
don't
how-
need to.
No, you don't need to.
I have
And-
never
and-
done that.
Oh,
Listen,
I
you
was-
just got to pick the right color.
No,
That's it. You don't want to get your nails painted.
yeah, what color did you
And-
pick, Rod?
and-
Can you show it? We're on YouTube now. Can you?
Can you
show us the results?
I was getting my foot up here.
I'm glad you're wearing shoes again. I wondered why you weren't.
Well, that's why, because I kept poking holes. But I will tell you,
Gonna start coming in
it
and
was
singing.
absolute. Well, you've been to one, have you not?
It's a pleasant
It
experience.
is a pleasant experience. I mean, it was absolute. I know you've got this macho. And,
No,
and
it's not a macho thing.
I
I
did
just,
too. And I want you
could do
to
it
know,
myself.
when I got done, I really felt wonderful.
You felt, I don't know,
Oh,
pretty.
listen, I feel pretty. I feel pretty. My toenails are gone.
God.
And
So-
they start out, you put your feet in a warm bucket of, it's not a
I
bucket.
hope it's
but-
not a bucket, Roger.
it's
you
not
didn't
a
go
bucket.
to a very...
No,
Oh, Well,
It's a tub,
I
a
had-
small tub.
I had two cows that
think
had
you
to
wanna-
wait their turn. So it was a bucket.
That'd make me want to
And
pee
it was
right
nice.
away.
It was nice and warm, and then they pour some
Colorful lotion,
color,
and colorful
yeah,
something
stuff
there,
in the
right?
water.
Alcohol?
You see rainbows.
Oh no. And I tell you, I know people are having breakfast, so I'll try to clean it
Oh
up.
yeah, don't.
What do you
don't-
have to
I don't
clean
need the
There
nitty
were
gritty.
there were things coming
No,
out of my
God, I don't want-
toenails that I hadn't seen
No.
since watching Jurassic Park.
Did they give you a shield so that when they cut them, that you wouldn't get hit by shards that are flying around?
No,
Enough lint to make a sock.
no.
Did she go, whoa, when she saw your feet?
Yes, she did.
Yeah, that's always fun.
And you knew it was
Brought
going
up
to
a
be
hacksaw.
you knew it was going to be a challenge because she had on a mask. Yeah.
Yes, well, you would too, those things flying at your face all the
Well,
time like
and also on a couple of toes, she had to use a
Dremel.
DeWalt Sawzall.
a blowtorch.
Oh my God.
And then I had somebody, I won't say who, said, "Now what color do you want on your toenail?"
no,
I said, "No, please."
So
you
this
should
sounds
try
like you're going to do this again, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
You're going to. And how
Probably
much?
later today.
How much was this?
$45. But
Wow, per foot?
But no.
Okay.
You know, when I look back on what I was paying for the podiatrist, who didn't, and I tell you what, they put oil or whatever.
Lotion of some sort on your
thank
legs.
you, yeah.
Yeah.
And they massage that.
massage your legs.
Yeah, yeah, that's
Happy,
right. And I couldn't tell whether she smiled or not when she was massaging the leg. When I said a little higher,
Please?
yeah.
Did she say, do you have a girlfriend?
Girlfriend was probably with them.
No,
Yeah, probably was.
Kathy was sitting next to me.
Then
so
she didn't ask.
Oh, so you
But
did
you know
a
what?
couple podiatry.
Yeah.
Couple.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I will
Wow.
tell you, I went almost under duress. I mean, there was an
Under her what?
Under her dress. Under duress. And I will tell you, guys, if you haven't, and I said to Kevin, neat guy, by the way, just really a neat guy. I said, do men come in? He said, oh, yes, very many. So it is not, and you just
Very
heard-
rarely am
and
I in
the
getting
only guy.
I'm not the only guy.
Yeah.
Very rarely am I
Yeah.
the only
Do
guy.
you have like a monthly pass?
I go about every 5 or 6 weeks.
I've never been.
And I tell you what, in fairness to John, I now understand why he carries a purse.
That's just so I can have a place for my keys.
For his makeup.
Yeah,
But
yeah, my makeup. That's right.
When did you first start going to get a
Around the
pedicure?
time, it's been maybe 12 years ago, because I think my daughter,
12
my
12
daughter
years ago.
Kelly, maybe longer than that, but my daughter Kelly was getting married, and she
Barefoot?
had barefoot, yeah. No, and so that was a real test for me all the way around, because now I went to I went to a to get my feet done. The first time was for her wedding, and it wasn't because I was wearing it. I just decided to go along because the girls were all going. My
you
girls,
said
my
you were
girls were all there, and I
Okay,
thought,
all right.
well, I'd go too.
All right.
Well, I also had to be ready because I was wearing a kilt at that wedding. So
Would you have gone with them if they went to get waxed? Would you have gone?
I don't know. I haven't tried that yet. I still use Nair.
He likes short shorts.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Well, I will tell you,
My
it was a
goodness.
fun experience.
Wow.
But a first time when, you're surrounded by, as I said, a number of women and nobody.
There's nothing bad about that,
no,
Roger.
there is no. It's once again a perception.
It is a perception.
And
okay.
seriously, you ought to think about it.
My wife, she loves it. She does quite often. She likes that, and my daughters, they'll go together. But no, I'm not. I've been asked every time. I'm not interested.
Well, you ought to shock the hell out of him and say yes.
I can take care of my own. I think. I mean,
Oh, really?
well, yeah.
Oh,
Well, that's another problem. See,
Yeah,
I
that's
I
right.
can't
You can't
I
bend-
can't
Yeah.
bend
That
that
way.
far.
Well, as I get older, it's hard to bite them off.
Yeah.
Well, you know what I used
Your
to.
leg up there.
You know what? Kathy has a dog that trims his own nails, chews on his nails.
Really?
I think dogs do that.
And you know,
No, they
as you know, as you get older, when you get your shoes shined, you have to take the guy's word for it.
Until you take them off and go, hey, he ripped me off.
Yeah.
That Dunlap disease, right?
Yeah, that's right. I had somebody use that on me today. We not today, but on Saturday, we walked into that track meet, and the guy goes, Dunlap? He says, I know a little bit about Dunlap. I said, you do? He says, yeah, I got my belly Dunlaps over my belt. And I said, well, that's not the same. He said, okay.
Well, we wasted another hour. of
We
the,
sure did.
Program.
There we go.
Let's get into the award-winning news. We have to tell you that with all the kind of weather we've been having, this is a good time of the year. Homeowners wind up learning they have some damage on their roof, and that means it's time to call Heinz Roofing. They're the experts. Heinz Roofing has been repairing and replacing roofs in Central Illinois for over 33 years now. You can get a no-obligation inspection of your roof by calling Doug Heinz at Heinz Roofing, 309-672-0910. That's 672-0910. Quality work by quality people. Terry Grawey has our weather. Terry?
Hey, Raj, mostly cloudy, windy, and warm today. High 83. Tonight, there's a chance of rain, low around 67. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy, showers and thunderstorms, high 84. Tomorrow night, more rain, low 65. Just rain all week, huh? Not as warm Wednesday, high 76 with showers and thunderstorms, of course. Thursday, sunny and 80. Friday, sunny with a chance of
Snow.
no afternoon showers.
Wouldn't be surprised.
High 84. Currently, it's a little warm. It's 64
It
degrees.
is warm. It's
warm in
yeah,
here.
Feels nice
I
out,
overdressed this morning. Wore a winter coat, got out of the car and said, what did I
Well, yeah,
do
it's
this
pretty
for?
warm. It's kind of nice.
Yeah. All right, let's get into the news brought to you by Steve Sink, managing partner of PHX Affiliates. Steve has been a business broker for more than 20 years, working with clients confidentially and professionally for the sale or purchase of a business. When it comes to the subject of business, contact Steve Sink, PHX, at 309-696-8508. And Terry Chamberlain, you have our lead story.
I do. After 21 hours of discussions with the Iranians, no peace deal, says President Trump. Led by Vice President J.D. Vance, the American team faced defiant Iranian representatives. Some Republicans blame Democrats for failure to reach a peace agreement. Many Democrats, like Tim Kaine and Chris Murphy, have openly opposed the war, giving support to the enemy. One Democrat, Massachusetts Representative Seth Moulton, a U.S. Marine captain, has claimed the United States is losing the conflict, giving comfort and aid to a country which has said for 47 years, death to America, death to Israel.
In response to the lack of peace agreement, President Trump announced a blockade of all Iranian ports. No ships will be allowed to enter or leave, regardless of the nationality of the maritime traffic. Meanwhile, the U.S. will seek safe passage of ships through the Strait of Hormuz by removing sea mines planted in the waters by 28 Iranian boats. All of those 28 have been destroyed and are at the bottom of the strait, said the president. There are reports China is shipping some sophisticated air defense systems to Iran. We'll talk about the war with Iran at 6:30 with former Congressman Ray LaHood. Stay tuned for that.
People are still talking about the successful return of the 4 astronauts from their 10-day mission to the moon. Millions watched the splashdown of the Integrity space capsule in the waters of the Pacific Ocean near San Diego. All 4 were examined and pronounced in good health by NASA doctors and later appealed before reporters to talk about the experience. Reed Wiseman, commander, Victor Glover, pilot, mission specialist Christina Cook, and Canadian astronaut Jeremy Hansen thanked God, each other, and supporters for their support for the Artemis II mission.
California Democrat Eric Swalwell is under attack by 4 women who claim they were sexually assaulted by the congressman. One official said people have known for years of Swalwell's sexual misconduct. All 21 of his Democrat supporters have jumped off his campaign like mice on the Titanic. He's continued to deny the claims. Now he's facing expulsion by some of his own party. But they also want Republicans to remove Texas Congressman Tony Gonzalez, who's also accused of abusing one of his staff members.
He just announced late last night he is suspending his campaign running for governor.
Tony?
Yeah.
Oh, no, or Salvo.
Sorwell.
Yeah, I didn't know there were mice on the Titanic.
There weren't any more.
Orkin.
A shooting at a New Jersey Chick-fil-A has left one person dead and 6 others with non-life-threatening injuries. The Saturday night shooting was targeted, said police in Union, New Jersey. The gunman remains at large.
In local news, Peoria City Council tomorrow night is expected to approve an increase in the salary for City Manager Patrick Urick. The annual 3% automatic increase will pay him $233,557. He'll also receive a longevity of a $5,000 bonus. Urick has been a city manager for 15 years, starting on this date, April 13th in 2011. Prior to that, he was Peoria County Administrator for 10 years, though a longtime Cub fan, the city manager does support the Peoria Chiefs. We're told.
We're told, yeah.
For $233,000 a year, I bet he does.
You know, I think years ago when I was on the county board, the average length for a city or county manager in tenure is about 7 years. So I think Peoria is very fortunate to have had Patrick for 15 years. Amazing.
And you're going to have to pay somebody else to do the job,
Yeah.
and probably pay him more than that to get him here.
And by today's standards,
Yep.
I think you're right.
Not everyone is leaving Illinois like Caterpillar. Governor J.B. Pritzker announced that 5 companies are not only staying in the state, but expanding. The governor happily revealed Mars Snacking, Hyundai Translead, CSL, DMG Mori, and AbbVie will be hiring more employees. Why I only heard 2 of those companies?
Yeah.
I haven't heard of any.
Why was Mars first?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mars.
Well, you know, his proclivity for it. Yes.
I think he was talking about Mars candy bars.
That's what I meant.
Yeah, Mars Snacking, yeah.
But that was one of my favorites.
Well, it's a
Mars
sign.
bar.
It's a sign of more good manufacturing news in Illinois. The governor said.
Okay. A garage garage
What was that?
flower.
Is that your political? Well, okay.
Yeah, okay.
and the other political view. Okay.
You know, I don't like the guy. Sorry. I think he's not good for
We were
Illinois.
talking about Mars bars.
Yeah. Boy,
No, I'm a
I was
Snickers
afraid
guy.
he was talking about Mars candy bars,
I'm a
too.
Snickers guy. Who makes does Mars make Snickers? That's my favorite candy bar.
Well, that is supposed to be. They did a survey for a number of years, and Snickers was the best-selling candy bar.
Yeah.
I'm with you. I'm not.
I'm a Snickers guy. Yeah.
But I'm not.
Oh, no.
Oh no.
Well, then you're not with me.
No, I'm not. I'm with you from the standpoint. Let's hold hands and go.
Get our feet done.
Roy,
Go get a pedicure together.
Roy said it's okay to be buddy, but not walking hand in hand down Main Street.
There was a tragic garage fire at a home in Dunlap Sunday. It caused $30,000 damage. Nice garage.
No kidding.
No injuries. So that's good news.
And the city of Pekin will receive national recognition at its council meeting this evening. Mayor Mary Burris will give us details on tomorrow's show. And that's it for news.
That's
Roger.
it for news. You got it. And let's get into the world of sports. John Miles is there with all the latest on this Monday morning. Good morning, John.
Good morning, Roger. I'm glad you I'm Terry.
Now you know why we have windscreens.
We do? Okay.
Yeah, we changed it.
I have a new
last
one.
week.
Have they
he
been
was
changed out?
complaining.
Well, they put a dirty one on mine. I left and they put a dirty.
Well, that's what happens
thing on
when
my
you
mic.
when you sneeze.
I got back and it was crap or stuff all over.
Jerry, that happens when you sneeze into the
I
microphone.
didn't. I turned my head and I covered my microphone.
What's that? What's that dripping from the mic right now?
Well, that might be a little bit.
I'll go ahead and start.
Yeah, please do.
okay.
Yeah, before I throw up.
Bless you. Wow. I lost my place.
Hey, I think we have some mask over
I think
there.
I'm going to use one in a minute. I'm going to mask up my microphone.
It's not a cold. It's an allergy.
It's
thing.
allergies.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's what
yeah.
everybody says.
That's right.
Yep.
It's just an allergy.
Yeah. As AMT takes him out of the room.
Go away. It's just an allergy. The Bradley Braves landed an international player on Sunday when Bulgaria prospect Georgi Zhirnov.
Oh,
Yeah.
sure.
Zhirganov,
Yeah,
I know that's how you say it,
Yeah, he's
announced his commitment. Get this.
Former Russian astronaut.
Yes, that's right. Well, actually, he's from Bulgaria, so we're
That's
getting
close
closer.
to it.
The 6'4" point guard from Silvan, Bulgaria, averaged 21.3 points
wow.
per game on 36.6 minutes average for the BC Botev, which is like an NBA
What's the
in
name?
Bulgaria. BC Botev.
What's that mean?
That's the name of the team.
What's
Yeah.
it mean?
I don't
Well,
know.
BC is before Christ.
That's
so
right.
he's an older man.
He's an older guy. He's got a beard.
Yeah.
Botov.
He's part of the Bulgarian National Basketball League during this last year, so he's coming over.
You know, it raises a question. How did Brian Wardle hear about him, learn about him? That's amazing.
That is a great question because they don't go into that, but they did have a video of him with some of his highlights.
did? He's a horse?
He's pretty good. Yeah, well, he's 6'4", and you know, I'm sure he weighs
Averaging how many points did you say?
averaging 21.3
Wow.
points a game
That's
in
a- that's a-
professional basketball.
That's a real
So
find.
That's good. They also got another commitment from the 6'6" combo guard, Trevin Payton, on Saturday night, pulling him out of the NCAA transfer portal. That's all they have to say about that for right now. But that's all I could get from it, because all this came out this morning.
Well, good for you for
so-
being on top of it.
all I
Maybe
have
we'll
to
give
say
Dr.
about that.
Sidler a call.
Yeah, I'm
see
sure
what he has on
he will have known
BradleyFans.com.
about it a week ago, though,
Yeah,
so-
you're right. But he
just
was
can't
on
say anything.
vacation, so we don't want to interrupt him.
No, we don't. Well, new Bradley Braves women's basketball coach, Chia Meyer, has some work to do. Bradley freshman guard Maya Faz headlined the group exiting Bradley's
too
women's
bad,
team. The three-point shooter averaged 14.4 points per game in a 25-26 season. Lucia Laveria, a 5'5" senior guard, entered the portal, as did 5'9" sophomore guard Caitlin Washington. And Micah Cooper, a 5'11" sophomore guard, averaged 3.1 points per game, and she left as well. So they lost 4 players to the portal over the last week. Hey, guess what? The golf championship from the Masters is now history.
Did you watch it?
Just bits and pieces as
Oh,
I
it
was
was exciting.
floating through,
No, it's not.
doing outdoor work.
Watching golf's exciting.
Oh, it's relaxing.
Yeah,
I'll
I
fall
did
it
see.
asleep.
was.
Yeah.
The one
Yeah.
poor guy, the ball went right around, like a basketball goes around the rim and falls the other way.
Yeah.
The next way his ball did. It went around the rim of the cup and
Yeah.
Oh,
went on.
really?
Yes. I'm like, oh, come on.
I've seen that way too many times, too,
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Oh, wow.
And one of the guys got,
Who won?
well, I'll tell you.
He's doing sports.
I'm going to do my impression of Tom Brokaw.
Yeah.
Rory McIlroy.
You know, I kept running that through my mind over and over, and I kept thinking about, we're going to have to do that, because you're right. He used to have,
Rory McIlroy.
yeah, he had a little bit of a speech impediment.
Yeah.
Yes, he did.
Well, I'm not going to make fun of Tom Brokaw.
No, he
on
was
the
the,
show,
one of the
no.
great
He
ones.
did all right with it.
But anyway,
Yeah, yeah.
he did. They've made fun of him for saying Rory McIlroy before.
yeah,
so
they
anyway,
did.
it's not easy to say. He'll wear the green jacket again. He edged out a crowded leaderboard to win the Masters tournament for a second consecutive year at 12 under over 4 games. He was way ahead, and in the third round, he shot 1 over par, and everybody caught him, and a lot of people went ahead of him, but he came back the next day.
How'd Tiger do?
Tiger did pretty well. He missed the green. The van rolled over just before he got there.
Yeah,
So
but nobody was injured. He got out okay.
He got out okay and called the president and said, "I'm fine."
And,
he said, "Yeah,
and
now
while-
get your van off the course."
While we were waiting for AMT, he had another drink.
That's right.
Yeah, poor guy.
Yeah.
He's got a problem.
Okay, well, the Rivermen are on their way to the President's Cup semifinals. The Rivermen defeated the Macon Mayhem on Saturday night at Carver Arena by a score of 41-1. How's that? No, 4-1 to sweep the best of 3 first-round series, 2-0. Jan Petrowski, Mike Gillette, and Kyler Fenton and Griffin Fox all scored for the Rivermen, while goaltender Nick Latanovic made 20 saves. They need to get some more Smiths than Jones in that team. Riverman.net reports that Rivermen will take on the Knoxville Ice Bears in the second round of the playoffs. The best-of-5 series will commence at Carver Arena this Friday, April 17th at 7:15 p.m. Game 2 will also be at Carver Arena on April 18th at 7:15. Also, I failed to announce during the time we were talking about basketball, Illinois star Keaton Wagler has entered the NBA draft. So
I think he's getting carried away. He's good, but he's a young kid. He needs to build more muscle and have a little more experience. But you know what? The smell of green changes your attitude. So I'll be surprised if anyone picks him up, but he might.
we'll see. We'll see. There are some teams out there that could use a player or two.
Yeah.
And with the Peoria Chiefs, the Cubbies of South Bend scored 2 runs on the top of the 8th inning yesterday at Dozer Park to beat the Chiefs 5-4. The Chiefs travel to Wisconsin for 6 games against the Timber Rattlers starting tomorrow at 6:40 p.m. And we'll do some Major League Baseball, and then we're going to, because you got a phone call that you got to make.
Well, that's all right. Do your sports.
The Cubs beat the Pirates 7-6 yesterday. Red Sox over the Cardinals 9-3. Angels over the Reds 9-6. The Nationals over the Brewers 8-4. The White Sox 5. White Sox 6. The Royals 5. So the Sox won yesterday too. Diamondbacks beat the Phillies 4-3, and the Rays over the Yankees 5-4. And finally, local high school students erupted in laughter last week when several students received suspensions for imitating chickens during school hours. Yeah. According to the principal, their antics crossed the line as he claimed they were using foul language. And that's sports for this hour.
That was very good intro into the news from John Meisinger, everybody. People are turning to home health care for loved ones, and more people are choosing Spoon River Home Health. That's because their staff is professional and personal and have been for more than 30 years. Spoon River Home Health can be reached 24/7 at 309-245-0723. Terry has our headlines.
After 21 hours of discussions with the Iranians, no peace deal. Led by Vice President J.D. Vance, the American negotiators faced defiant Iranian representatives. In response, President Trump announced a blockade of all Iranian ports. No ships will be allowed to enter or leave, regardless of the nationality of the maritime traffic. Meanwhile, the U.S. will seek safe passage of ships through the Strait of Hormuz by removing sea mines planted in the waters by 28 Iranian boats. All of the 28 have been destroyed and are at the bottom of the strait, said the president. There are reports China is shipping some sophisticated air defense systems to Iran. We'll talk about the war at 6:30 with former Congressman Ray LaHood. People are still talking about the successful return of the 4 astronauts from their 10-day mission to the moon. Millions watched the splashdown of the Integrity space capsule in the waters of the Pacific Ocean near San Diego. All 4 were examined and pronounced in good health by NASA doctors and later appeared before reporters to talk about the experience. Remember years ago when they first came down, they put them in quarantine and all that. And that was long gone. Just get them on the ship, check them over real quick, and
No space bugs.
send them home. Yeah, no space bugs, no space cooties.
Space fleas.
Reed Wiseman, commander, Victor Glover, pilot, mission specialist Christina Cook, and Canadian astronaut Jeremy Hansen thanked God, each other, and supporters for their support for the Artemis II mission. California Democrat Eric Swalwell is under attack by 4 women who claim they were sexually assaulted by the congressman. All 21 of his Democrat supporters have dumped off his campaign like rats leaving the Titanic. He's continuing to deny the claims, but he did withdraw from the race. A shooting at a New Jersey Chick-fil-A has left 1 person dead and 6 others with non-life-threatening injuries. The Saturday night shooting was targeted, said police in Union, New Jersey. The gunman remains at large. In local news, Peoria City Council tomorrow night is expected to approve an increase in the salary for city manager Patrick Urich. An annual 3% automatic increase will pay him $233,557. He will also receive a longevity $5,000 bonus. Urich has been city manager for 15 years, starting on this date, April 13th, in 2011. Prior to that, he was Peoria County Administrator for 10 years. Not everyone's leaving Illinois like Caterpillar. Governor J.B. Pritzker announced that 5 companies are not only staying in the state, but expanding. The governor revealed Mars Snacking, Hyundai Translead, CSL, DMG Mori, and AbbVie will be hiring more employees. It's a sign of more good manufacturing news in Illinois, the governor said.
Are they all in the Chicago area? All those companies?
That's a good question.
I don't know.
We're
Maybe-
going to look up.
Yeah.
I
I'll
want to
research
learn more
that.
about Mars.
Of course you do.
You can go on the next shuttle.
Okay.
Yeah, they're going to go there next.
Anyway, those are the headlines,
All right,
Roger.
now a check of the weather sponsored by your hometown community banks. Divisions of Morton Community Bank, they have more than 50 locations in central Illinois to serve you. Look for the clock tower and you'll know they have time for you. Member FDIC.
Mostly cloudy, windy, and warm today, Roger. High 83 tonight, mostly dark. Chance for rain around 67. I don't know what the hell I was going to do. Tomorrow, showers. Wednesday, showers. Thursday, showers. The temperatures are going to be tomorrow night, low 65, high 76 on Wednesday, 80 on Thursday. Right now, it's about 64 degrees at the Wazoo,
Right.
Roger.
You know, I overdressed. I put on a long
Well,
sleeve shirt. Well, so did you. So did Sean. So did Terry. And then I put on a winter coat. And I opened the garage door and I said, "What am I wearing this for?" But I was already
I almost
all
grabbed a
primed and ready to go.
Out
so,
the door.
But you know, we're gonna be up at 83 degrees
83
for
today,
crying
yeah.
out loud. I'll bet it's even warmer in Florida. We'll ask former Congressman Ray LaHood that question. Ray, what's it like? Good morning.
Good morning. How you guys doing?
Great.
Warm temperature in Florida today. What's going to be the high?
Very nice day. Very nice day. I'm coming back on Thursday though. Things are over on Thursday.
Oh, shit.
Well, it's in the 80s, and Thursday the high is going to be exactly 80 for that matter. So you're bringing some nice warm and sunshine, I trust.
Yeah, it's
Hey,
gonna
let's
be
start-
rainy.
I'll bring it back.
All right, Ray. Let's start with the exciting news, and I'm sure you and the family and friends watched the splashdown of the space capsule in Integrity. You had to feel, like all of us, a great sense of pride for this great country of ours.
I think it's a great thing for America. I think it's a great thing for young people. I think it's a great thing for the idea that we're putting some good hard-earned tax dollars into the idea that we have to invest in space, and space is obviously the next frontier. We haven't done much, but I, like most Americans, am very delighted with all of the activity and very proud of the astronauts that are making a difference.
Hey, Ray, you were in Congress for a couple of years. And during your tenure in there, did you ever attend anything at NASA or any of the at Cape Canaveral or anything like that?
I did not, and I had many opportunities to do that, and my schedule just
Oh, shoot.
didn't work out. But I thought about going with my son to this one, and we tried to get some tickets, but we couldn't get any. So that shows you my influence.
Yeah. You know,
I'm a has-been.
and by the way, we're going to get into a little bit of golf because I know you watch the Augusta, the Masters Open and so forth. But I thought
I watched it all weekend.
Oh,
Very
exciting, yeah. But I was a little upset with Jim Nance. He referred to retired golfers of the past as has-beens. And there's just something about the term has-been that's negative. And I felt I was personally offended by him calling these golfers has-beens. But at any rate, that's another subject for another time. You know what was also impressive is the crew had such genuine love and affection for each other. So here's my, and I hope you can pull it off, Ray, is I'd like to see Speaker Mike Johnson and Democrat Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries in the next
Space
space
shuttle.
capsule,
Yeah.
so that when they come back, they're hand in hand and hugging each other like our astronauts. You think that would work?
It worked in the old days. It should work again, but you have to have people in those positions that are willing to extend the hand, willing to sit down and talk, and we're kind of far afield from that right now because of, just because of all the turmoil that's going on in the world, and I think that I think that you have to have people that believe in that. You have to have people that really want to make it happen, and we've had people like that in the past, and I think we can, I think we can get back to it. I really do, but it's really going to take the American people to encourage their leadership and to encourage the members of Congress to be involved. The way that people in local communities are, the way that people in local communities work together and solve problems and get things done. Don't always agree, but they get it done, and it doesn't seem possible right now.
No, it doesn't. And were you surprised no deal between negotiators of Iran and the United States? Were you surprised by that announcement?
Well, I'm not surprised because Iran is a very, very tough country to negotiate with, and even though we've killed all of their major leadership, they still have some of the core leadership in place. They want a nuclear capability. I think the major sticking point was that President Trump, through his son-in-law, through the vice president, said that we wanted to, as one of our major points to them was, we wanted to take away their nuclear capability and not really allow it to be developed. And they're not there yet. I don't know if they'll ever be there. So you see the president today is blocking the Strait of Hormuz, and that's going to cause oil prices to go up and cause gas prices to go up even more than they already are. And we're in a real mess right now, and Iran is not going to come around. They just simply are not.
Yeah. I know one of the things that came out of the meeting that I read over the weekend was that the negotiators from Iran came with a list of demands and no concessions. So that was going nowhere quick.
Right, for sure. And I think I think the Americans made a good faith effort, and we're willing to compromise on some things, but the enrichment of uranium in order for Iran to continue developing a nuclear capability was really the break point for our negotiations. And I don't know how we really get back to the table right now. It may take more military action on the part of the United States. None of this is very popular because it impacts the economy, it impacts gas prices, it impacts food prices, it impacts everybody's life, and people are not very happy right now.
Yeah, and that's understandable for that matter. When it comes to Eric Swalwell, I wonder if you wanted to comment about, is he finished politically?
He's finished politically. There's a good chance that he could be expelled from the House of Representatives. I think what he'll end up doing is probably resigning. I think they'll probably take action. The fact that everyone has rallied around the victims that he sexually harassed, and some of whom were on his staff, which is completely ridiculous and just out of step with the way you should be a member of Congress. And so he's done, no question about it. And to be honest, good riddance. We don't need people like him.
Yeah. You know, it's interesting how quick his 21 supporters, including Nancy Pelosi, how quick they jumped off of his campaign. And it is indicative, according to some political observers, they all knew that he had this reputation for years.
That's right, and nobody in office, nobody in Congress, none of his supporters could really stand by him once these accusations were made, not by one person, but by several people, and they were people that worked for him.
Yeah.
And just completely against every moral standing and all of the values that that many of us believe in.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about the Masters tournament. Who was your favorite? Who were you rooting for?
I was rooting for Rory. I think he really represents everything good about golf. I think he represents the idea that you can be a good golfer. I like the fact that he's very down to earth. He's very common sense. I think a lot of that comes from his parents, who were just real hard-working people in Northern Ireland, and they were there with him. And I just think he's a class act. There's no question about it. And he works very, very hard to become the kind of golfer that he is. It just takes a lot of hard work. You know, after he had a bad day on Saturday, as soon as he finished his round, where he hit a number of his shots into the pine straw off of the fairway, he immediately went to the driving range and spent 2 hours, and it paid big dividends, because yesterday none of his, only one of his drives went in the pine straw, and he was really on his game. So it's just he's a class act. He's a hard worker. He represents the best of golf. He's like Nicholas or Palmer, and just an inspiration to people who aspire to be good golfers, and an inspiration to people who love golf.
Yeah, and you're right. He was an inspiration for me. I immediately, when it was over, went out to Wheatie and did a round right away. And did you run out to the golf course, Ray?
I did not run out to the golf course.
Oh, okay.
I was cheering him on.
Okay, I was disappointed. I thought sure you. How are you shooting, by the way? You've been playing a lot of golf.
The way I always shoot, very average.
But you get out. It's relaxing, isn't it?
I love golf. It's good to be out, and I walk. I almost always walk. I don't usually take a cart, and it's a good way for me to get exercise too.
Good for you. That's a rarity. Most people are on golf carts, but you walk the whole 18 holes.
I do, and it gets me my 10,000 steps, which ends up being about 5 miles, and I like the exercise. The walking does not help my game, but it keeps me healthy.
Yeah. Well, I'm proud of you, and I'm proud of me, too. I walked all 18 holes at Wheatie and had no problem, and I got in my 32 steps, whatever. Anything else for the good of our audience this morning, Ray? I know you're enjoying your time in sunny Florida.
Yeah, we're looking forward to coming back to Peoria, and looking forward to being back in the studio with all of you. So we will see you soon.
Okay, thanks, Ray. I appreciate it. Have a great day. Former Congressman Ray LaHood, always great. I mean, always great talking with Ray. We have what's our temperature?
64 degrees, right?
And a high today of
83.
Okay, you got it. We'll be right back. Don't go away.
Hey, Steve Harvey here from the Illinois Broadcasters Association, and in a recent survey, the Illinois Emergency Management Agency was asked to name the top 5 items that every Illinois family needs to have in their home's emergency disaster kit. Check out these answers. Water, can't live without it. Number 2, non-perishable food. Well, after all, a man gotta eat, right? Number 3, weather radio, and make sure you got fresh batteries too. Number 4, flashlight, even more reason to have fresh batteries on hand. Number 5, first aid kit. Look, there's no reason to feud over what items to put in your family's emergency disaster kit. Get the answers and more at ready.illinois.gov. That's ready.illinois.gov.
Sponsored by the Illinois Emergency Management Agency, aired in cooperation with the Illinois Broadcasters Association and this station.
Today's Pet Tip is brought to you by Peoria Pet Crematory of Peoria and Lewiston, providing final care for family pets, large and small, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Their phone number is 713-1898. That's 713-1898. More information is available at peoriapetcrematory.com.
Pet lovers are dedicated to their animals, all species from horses to turtles and of course cats and dogs. If you are a pet lover, learn these little known, somewhat amazing facts about your pet. Have you and your family been considering owning a horse? Do you live where you have the acreage to keep a horse, or will you be renting a pasture and a barn? Remember, you cannot put a horse in a pasture and expect him to live. An experienced horse owner will tell you the horse is a digestive system on legs. They require at least 1/2 pound of good quality forage per 100 pounds of body weight. This means a 1,200-pound horse needs 6 pounds of hay per day, and that amount won't keep him alive. He needs to be supplemented with oats and grains. Water troughs need to be clean and free of bacteria and mosquito larvae. Your horse will need hoof trimming and shoeing, worming, shots, grooming, and teeth care. You will need to manage the manure in the field. You can't just leave the manure, but that's another topic for another day. The barn and stall will need daily cleaning, and you will have to have some way of getting rid of the used straw and manure. Maybe the best choice is to find a riding club and just sign up and enjoy the benefits of riding without all the work and expense. This whisker of information has been made possible by a grant from the Corporation for Public Broadcasting in partnership with Spot, Saving Pets One at a Time, and KSBR Studios. Produced by Joseph C. McGuire and theme music by Stuardo Glasser.
Today's Pet Tip has been brought to you by Peoria Pet Crematory of Peoria and Lewiston, providing final care for family pets, large and small, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Their phone number is 713-1898. That's 713-1898. More information is available at peoriapetcrematory.com.
I rarely do I take issue with our pet tip of the day, but I take issue with what she said about all the care of horses. I know a couple over in Washington, Illinois, Sherry and Mark, and they have show horses, and they're champion show horses, and they don't moan and groan about taking care of the horses. I'm going to see if we can't get Sherry on the phone to talk about it. In the meantime, Officer...
Good morning, Roger.
I'm sorry, it's Mr. Ed.
Mr. Ed, is it?
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah.
Hey, Uncle Roger, I want to say this on air because I made a mistake in my calculation of dating, and I wasn't able to come in like I wanted to during our spring break, so please forgive me. Please forgive me. Please don't kick me off the show. I love being an extended cast member, so please forgive me. I owe you lunch.
Yeah, Ed, it's out of my hands. It's in HR. And
Oh, no.
just a minute.
Oh, no, that's terrible,
What do you
man.
think?
HR.
Just a minute. We'll
It
ask
just came
HR.
to a decision.
HR, what do you think? Ooh, boy,
Oh, no, that's that's not good. Is that where it's one strike, or do I get 3 before I'm out? I'm just trying to double check.
let me talk to the Vice President of HR's on the line. Just a minute.
What we've got here is failure to communicate.
Yeah.
Look like I'm a goner. I'm out of there.
No. You go to. Here's the Vice President.
I'm glad we had this talk.
There it is.
Yeah,
So
see, you're okay now.
we've opened,
thank
opened the
Jesus.
door.
They got anything else to say?
Yeah?
Get that finger out of your ear. You don't know where that finger's been.
Oh my
I
goodness.
got a question, Eddie. We were talking
Yeah,
about
do you have
it.
a question? We've got an answer.
We were talking about it earlier. Have you ever had a pedicure?
Oh man, come on, dude. Why did I have to get that question of all questions?
Well, because we were talking about it.
Because I got one.
So the
Friday.
pedicure is the hand, no feet, right? And
That's
manicure
the
is the
feet.
hands,
That's
right?
right.
My feet are monsters, dude. You know, I've been a martial artist for over 40 years of my life. I done broke toenails, cracked toes, and man, my feet look like something out of a horror movie, man.
Well,
My
that's
toes
why
aren't.
you need to go. You need to go, Ed.
So hold on, this the thing. It's not that my feet or toes look deformed. My toenails just man, they are just rough, man. Like rough. Like my heels and stuff and all that. Yes, I have. I had a damn gone pedicure. Yes, to answer your question. I have.
I had one Friday,
have.
and they've been making fun of me ever since.
No, Uncle Roger. You know what? Feet care is the important thing, man. You got to take care of your
Well,
feet.
he carried in a purse this morning, so there's
Oh
that.
Jesus! Oh,
I do like the color of his lipstick, though.
Yeah.
Hey, look. You know what? I'm not that type of guy, man. They say real men wear pink, but when I grew up, pink was the color for girls and boys was for blue was for boys. But
Yeah.
who cares, man? The world we live in now, you just got to be nice to
You
everybody.
got to be. You got to have Technicolor.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Yeah.
We missed you, though, Ed.
Hold on, Uncle Terry, sir. Have you had a pedicure?
I have not. I've
Well,
never,
you need to
I've
you
never
need to
done it.
try it. Maybe you won't be so damn grumpy in the morning.
Hey, just say
glad we had this
talk.
All right, well,
Yeah.
Can we bring somebody in the studios? Can we do it? Can you hire like a massage? You can have somebody come in your home.
I got some people. You know, I got people. I got people everywhere. I can make it happen.
You know a guy?
The thing is,
Yeah.
I know a guy.
I know a guy who can take care of you.
Right? Yeah. You won't be grumpy no more.
Be anything anymore.
You might be lumpy, but not grumpy.
Hey,
Oh, grumps.
no, I called this morning because this is our first day back to school. This is the first day back.
From
so
spring break?
Yeah, it's over. So I'm calling. I'm
was like a
calling to
month
get
ago.
some prayers this morning. I called the prayer hotline.
How long were you guys off? You were off like a month and a half?
2 weeks.
No,
was
it was only 2 weeks. So it was last week and then the week before that, and I think the 27th of for March, April. I think the 27th, that Friday, was like our last day before spring break started, and then we had.
So you didn't have to do anything during that. Your
Oh no! Now you know that ain't true. Come
Well,
on,
no,
now,
I
man.
meant
You
I
know
meant for the
got, like,
school. No, I know you do other.
No,
60
yeah. They had a couple of events, and a few officers worked overtime. I think that first week off because they were finishing up like either a basketball, volleyball tournament or something like that. But I was already working for the Park Ridge Police Department, so I didn't volunteer to do any extra overtime during the break this time.
Well, you're
No,
great.
but yeah,
You're a great American, my friend. I don't know how you do it with all the things that you do. Park district, school district, and then you have your shows multiple times during the year. But you're loaded.
Yeah, you guys say that all the time, and you haven't been over lately. But Aunt Terry, tell them about what's in Miss Parker's bedroom now.
It's quite the bed.
Yep, I got her a whole new furniture set. I got and Terry. I end up going to getting the rest of it. So now the dresser with the mirror and the side table, all that, everything's in the room now. So yeah.
Oh, and I'm going to make another trip and see the rest of it.
Oh, isn't
Yes,
she going to
ma'am.
school?
Yes,
Didn't she
ma'am.
leave the nest?
Oh, no, that's Danielle. This is for
his
Emma.
wife. His
Oh,
wife.
for the
Emma.
missus.
Yeah, that's for the wife.
All of the bedroom furniture came from Iran.
No, it's not.
It came from where?
Iran. They're
Yeah,
having fire sales
I-
over there.
Yeah, he said Iran. Yeah, I ran to the bank to pay for it. That's
Yeah.
all Iran came out of that.
Well, did Emma like it? Did she?
Oh, Emma loves
Did
it.
she like
thumbs
it?
up,
She love it. I have to, Uncle Terry. I'll send you a picture of the setup. I don't know. I'll send it to Aunt Terry. She can show you guys.
Okay.
Dude, it's like a canopy bed. It looked like some out of the Game of Thrones or something,
Oh, really?
man.
Yeah,
And
It's got a mirror on the top?
I sent it to.
Oh, never mind.
I
Don't
sent
know.
it. It's got all. You'll see. It's got all types
Swing?
of chandelier and brass and wood and all this stuff. And one of my friends said, "Who's tying who up?" I said, "I'm not allowed to say that."
Oh, well, that's why you got the handcuffs.
Wow, what's it, a four-poster?
Yeah.
And,
Wow.
and
Yeah.
Handcuffs and a whole bit,
mirrors
huh?
in the bedroom and so.
We gotta know what you look like, I guess.
Fur-lined handcuffs? The whole-
I'm not even gonna go there. I'm not
Well,
even.
don't you have, no, I mean, you have handcuffs, right? You're,
Yes, I have handcuffs, but I'm not about to tell you what I do with them behind closed doors.
Good answer. Good answer. You don't even need to phone a friend on that
You know,
one.
we started out at a high
no,
level,
not at all.
and we're sliding
Yeah, it
down
went downhill in a hurry.
very rapidly,
Well,
thanks to Terry Grawey. and
I
his
didn't bring up
vivid
the
imagination.
bedroom suite. I
Yeah,
didn't bring that
yeah.
up.
You and Eric
Terry, I just sent
Swalwell.
you the pictures you can show them.
Okay.
I didn't.
I just said they should be coming in. That's the setup so they can see it, yeah. All right, I'm
Be safe,
going in this
buddy.
building to take.
All right.
All right, love you guys.
God
Y'all be
love
safe.
you. You bet.
Keep me in prayers. I'll talk to you soon.
You guys,
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
he's got to clock in at 7:01. He's going to get docked, and he's going to be a little in trouble if he isn't careful. So, anyway, we want to thank Mr. Ed. And we have news, weather, sports coming up. And we've got sports with John Meisinger. And we're going to talk a little bit more, Johnny, with Dr. Gene Siller about the breaking news that you have about the two new players on the Hill.
Scoop.
The real scoop you got right here on WAZU FM 90.7 in Peoria, Illinois. And also on YouTube. Thanks to the folks who are watching this morning. Stay tuned, more coming up on Breakfast with Roger and Friends. It is Monday, the 13th of April, and we begin with a check of the weather with Terry Grawey, brought to you by your hometown community banks, divisions of Morton Community Bank, 50 locations in central Illinois to serve you. Look for the clock tower, and you'll know they have time for you. Member FDIC.
Wet. Roger?
Okay.
In a word?
That's about it.
You know
It's just
what?
gonna
I'm
be-
not so sure we're going to get. You really think we're going to get some?
Well, we'll talk to
rain?
we'll talk to Kyle Varnold.
Yeah, a little later
staff
on today,
meteorologist
but I
on
think
8,
we're going
but
to be okay.
It's been saying that in all the weathers that I've been reading. I haven't talked to Kyle.
Well,
that it's going to
he's
be
number
rainy
one.
and wet. 83 today for a high, but rain, and then low 67 tomorrow. Rain, high 84. That's going to be some wet rain. I mean, some warm rain.
definitely
What rain?
Yeah, boy, that was,
Dry rain is very rare this time of year.
Yeah, that was very brilliant on your part. Wet rain.
See,
No
Terry,
kidding.
don't screw up.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't take much to get labeled here.
Warm. I meant to say warm. Anyway, there'll be some more wet rain on Wednesday. High 76. Thursday, sunny and 80. Friday, sunny with a chance for afternoon showers. Right now, it's a 64, dry 64. Right?
Yeah, there you have it. The old wet Terry Grawey giving you that.
boy.
Now the news. Advanced Medical Transport Central Illinois bring you the news this morning. They've been around since 1991. We're talking about the men and women of AMT, and they have been saving lives with paramedics and EMTs. When seconds count, count on Advanced Medical Transport of Central Illinois. Now the news with the Terry twins.
After 21 hours of discussions with the Iranians, no peace deal, says President Trump. Led by Vice President J.D. Vance, the American team faced defiant Iranian representatives. Some Republicans blame Democrats for failure to reach a peace agreement. Many Democrats, like Tim Kaine and Chris Murphy, have openly opposed the war, giving support to the enemy. One Democrat, Massachusetts Representative Seth Moulton, a U.S. Marine captain, has claimed the United States is losing the conflict, giving comfort and aid to a country which has said for 47 years, death to America, death to Israel.
In response to the lack of a peace agreement, President Trump announced a blockade of all Iranian ports. No ships will be allowed to enter or leave, regardless of the nationality of the maritime traffic. Meanwhile, the U.S. will seek safe passage of ships through the Strait of Hormuz by removing sea mines that were planted in the waters by 28 Iranian boats. All of those 28 boats have been destroyed and are at the bottom of the strait, said the president. There are reports China is shipping some sophisticated air defense systems to Iran. We'll talk about that maybe in some detail after the news.
There's some toy boats out there, too. if I'm not
You
mistaken.
gotta say that 5
Toy
times
boat,
fast.
toy boat, toy boat, toy boat, toy boat.
Ooh,
Very
we did.
good.
People are still talking about the successful return of the 4 astronauts from their 10-day mission to the moon. Millions watched the splashdown of the Integrity space capsule in the waters of the Pacific Ocean near San Diego. All 4 were examined and pronounced in good health by NASA doctors and later appeared before reporters to talk about the experience. Reed Wiseman, commander, Victor Glover, pilot, mission specialist Catherine Cook, and Canadian astronaut Jeremy Hansen thanked God, each other, and supporters for their support for the Artemis II mission.
California Democrat Eric Swalwell is under attack by 4 women who claim they were sexually assaulted by the congressman. One official said people have known for years of Swalwell's sexual misconduct. All 21 of his Democratic supporters have jumped off the campaign like mice on an Iranian boat. He's continued to deny the claims. Now he's facing expulsion by some in his own party. But they also want Republicans to remove Texas Congressman Tony Gonzalez, who's also accused of abusing one of his staff members.
A shooting at a New Jersey Chick-fil-A has left 1 person dead and 6 others with non-life-threatening injuries. The Saturday night shooting was targeted, said police in Union, New Jersey. The gunman remains at large.
In local news, Peoria City Council tomorrow night is expected to approve an increase in the salary of City Manager Pat Urich. An annual 3% automatic increase will pay him $233,500 and some bucks. He will also receive a longevity of $5,000 bonus. Urich has been city manager for 15 years, starting on this date, April 13th, in 2011. Prior to that, he was Peoria County Administrator for 10 years. Though a longtime Cub fan, the city manager does support the Peoria Chiefs.
And you know what's amazing? He actually has been a part of Peoria and high-level management for city and county government for 25 years.
That's a lot of
That's pretty
experience.
unique. So congratulations to the city manager, Patrick
You like
Urich.
this guy?
Yes, I do. He's a very nice guy and a big Cub fan, so we have something in common. Yeah, I liked him when I was on the county board when he was county manager.
Not everyone is leaving Illinois like Caterpillar. Governor J.B. Pritzker announced that 5 companies are not only staying in the state, but expanding. The governor happily revealed Mars Snacking, Hyundai Translead, CSL, that's a plasma therapy
Is that what
manufacturing
it is?
company.
Like a
You
police
looked it
deal.
up, didn't
They go and they investigate, old cases.
Old cases?
CSL.
Oh, that's CSI.
Oh, that's different.
Yeah.
Never mind.
DMG Mori and AbbVie will be hiring more employees. It's a sign of more good manufacturing news in Illinois, the governor said.
You look these up? Are they all Chicago?
Yes, Chicago area. Joliet, Kankakee, North Chicago, Hoffman Estates. Yeah.
So he's tooting his own
Oh,
horn.
AbbVie you see on TV all the time.
Yeah.
It's
AbbVie.
pharmaceuticals.
It's pharmaceuticals.
Yeah, AbbVie.
Oh, really? What's DMG Mori? Or Mirai? Or how you-
It's a metal manufacturing.
They manufacture
Did
metal?
you look
Well,
to
it's-
see how many people are employed by these companies?
It did not say.
Then,
I was just looking for a location.
And what's the average weight of the Mars Snacking Company employee? What's well, I mean, right?
All I know is when you enter, they go, hey, hey,
That was very good.
Well, not everyone is leaving Illinois like
No.
Caterpillar. Governor,
Comments.
oh no, you read that one.
Yeah.
A garage fire at a home in Dunlap Sunday caused $30,000 damage, but no injuries.
Luckily. And the city of Pekin will receive national recognition at its council meeting this evening. Mary Burris will give us details on tomorrow's show. And that's it for news, Roger.
You know, I was thinking of expanding.
What?
My waist has been expanding, and I just took notes, and no wonder, because, you know, we have Halloween, so you have Halloween candy. Then that's followed by Thanksgiving, so you have pumpkin pie and whipped cream and raisin pie and all those things. And then you have Christmas
candy
cake and candy and treats and dinners and so forth. Then you celebrate with New Year's, so you have parties and you have delicious and so forth.
were
I
mine.
apologize.
No.
And
Might want to move this.
and then after you have New Year's, then you have Valentine's Day.
Yes.
And
lovely.
and you have St. Patrick's Day
Oh, yeah.
with all the goodies that brings,
Drinking.
and Easter
Right.
with
Eggs.
ham and eggs and so forth. So now is the time to start dieting. We don't have anything else, do we? Well, Mother's Day, you got Mother's
Yeah,
Day.
but that's not a big eating day, is it?
Well, it sure is.
Yeah, you go out to breakfast.
Yeah. So no wonder people are fat
Yeah.
or overweight.
You always look at me when you say
No,
that.
no, you're in good shape.
No,
you
no,
and
no, you
the
can see
three
this
of you
done
guys
off.
are in a good
Well,
shape.
I wouldn't
This
say
girdle's
svelte.
killing me.
I wouldn't say
Yeah.
that.
Svelte?
No, svelte.
Okay, yeah, I got it. Yeah, you're welcome. At any rate, hey, we have sports.
We do?
Yes, we do. Chad Meister is available, and it's the only sports guy I know of that ends with some very cute clips. And you are a clipper. By the way, this bread that you brought in from the kitchens of Tracy, I tell you what, it's blueberries. Oh, it is blueberry.
Blueberry, it's banana bread with blueberry and lemon.
So it's very healthy for us. Yeah. Thank you, Tracy.
Definitely very healthy. No sugar. Liar I am.
Yeah, liar, pants on
I
fire.
find it very tasty.
Tasty
very tasty.
is underselling it. It's absolutely
Well, you know that
scrumptious.
you didn't get the whole loaf.
Yeah, I know it. Yeah, I was a little disappointed in that. But you know what? It whets my appetite.
Yeah.
Because we're talking about wet this morning.
Yeah, wet weather. Well, I'll go ahead and start with some Bradley news. The Bradley Braves landed an international player on Sunday when Bulgaria prospect Georgi Jurvanov
Very
announced his commitment.
Good
What did he
job.
do?
He announced his commitment to Bradley University.
Jurvanov?
You heard me. The 6'4" point guard from Silvan, Bulgaria, averaged 21.3 points per game on 36.6 minutes for the BC Bote in the Bulgarian National Basketball League. I follow that frequently during the 2025-26 season. So Bradley picked him up. That's a good grab.
That's yeah. Well,
Really.
I'm excited about that.
And they also won a commitment from a 6'6" combo guard, Trevin Payton, on Saturday night, pulling him out of the NC2A transfer portal. And we're going to hear a little bit more from Dr. Gene Sidler here in a little bit about those two prospects.
Yeah, that's exciting news.
Yeah, it's very good news.
Thank you,
You're gonna
Scoop.
need that. Scoop, that's me. In the other Bradley news, the new Bradley Braves women's head coach, Chia Meyer, has some work to do. Bradley freshman guard Maya Faz headlined a large group that are exiting the team. The three-point shooter averaged 14.4 points per game in the 25-26 season. Lucia Laveria, 5'5" senior guard, entered the portal, as did 5'9" sophomore guard Caitlin Washington. And Micah Cooper, a 5'11" sophomore guard, averaging 3.1 points per game, and was the fourth player to leave. So they've lost 4 of their players and a coach. But they've got a coach, and don't worry, they'll find plenty of players. Well, the 2026 Masters Golf Championship is now history. Rory McIlroy will wear the green jacket again, edging out crowded leaderboard to win the Masters tournament for a second consecutive year at 12 under. McIlroy will pocket a mere $4.5 million
Wow.
from an increased purse of $22.5 million. a mere 1.2 million less than Roger Monroe's Breakfast with Roger and Friends annual budget.
I wish you wouldn't reveal our financial details.
I think sometimes we just have to say it.
Yeah, I know.
We just have to say it.
Go ahead. I do want to point out that if you're going to report the benefits of doing this show, Terry cut off a half a piece. I cut off a half piece.
No, I got a whole
And
piece.
this whole hog that you're
got a
sitting
whole
next
piece. I'm a
to,
big guy.
he took
Hey,
the
it's-
whole slice.
It's hard not to
You
take the
took
whole
one,
slice.
didn't you?
No.
Really?
Yeah, yes, last night I did.
Yeah.
I had one last night. But
All right, here you go.
Can I use your fork?
Go away.
It's also been reported that Illinois basketball star Keaton Wagler, as most people would say
Yeah,
Wagler, but
yeah.
it's Wagler.
It's Wagler.
He has entered the NBA draft, so we'll see what happens with
He
that.
had illusions of grandeur, I think.
Yeah, I did too. But here I am.
Yes.
The Peoria Rivermen are on their way to the President's Cup semifinals as the Rivermen defeated the Macon Mayhem on Saturday night at Carver Arena by a score of 4-1 to sweep the best of 3 first-round series, 2-0. J.M. Petrowski, Mike Gillette, Kyler Fenton, and Griffin Fox all scored for the Rivermen, while goaltender Nick Latanovic made 20 saves. The Riverman.net reports that Rivermen will take on the Knoxville Ice Bears in the second round of the playoffs. The best of 5 series will commence at Carver Arena this Friday at 7:15 p.m. Game 2 will also be at Carver Arena. That'll be at 7:15 p.m. on Saturday. In Major League Baseball yesterday, the Cubs beat the Pirates 7-6. The Red Sox over the Cardinals 9-3. The White Sox beat the Royals 6-5. Diamondbacks 4, the Phillies 3, the Rays 5, the Yankees 4. The Nationals beat the Brewers 8-4, and the Angels over the Reds 9-6. With news with the Peoria Chiefs, the Cubbies of South Bend scored 2 runs in the top of the 8th inning yesterday at Dozer Park to beat the Chiefs 5-4. Chiefs travel to Wisconsin for 6 games against the Timber Rattlers starting tomorrow at 6:40 p.m.
They're kind of off to a rough start, aren't they?
Yeah, it's kind of a difficult start for
It's
them.
early.
Your kids didn't do anything?
Well, I haven't got there yet.
Already?
Yeah, there we go.
Okay.
How's this? Huh?
right.
A Dunlap Junior, Dunlap High School Junior, was named Clutch Sports Athlete of the Week.
And who might that be?
On Sunday, Drew Glatz.
Wow.
How about that, huh?
Is that a
something.
relative?
Wow, what a talented family.
Well, yeah, and I'm
Yeah,
gonna take
I'm
all
aware.
kinds of hell from Kyle, but Kyle didn't call me with his scores, so he doesn't get the,
No,
doesn't get the,
doesn't count.
you know, Kyle,
How old is Kyle?
Kyle Varnold. I don't know how old
Remember
he
they
is,
had to
but-
go up north for a
Yes, they were going up for a lacrosse tournament.
I
I
thought
waited
he-
all weekend for him to call or text me with scores, so I
wouldn't
could.
do
He's you have to treat him with kid gloves.
I know he's soft.
Good morning.
Well, let me talk a little bit about my grandson,
Yeah,
Drew.
what-
He placed first in 3 events across a pair of meets last
No
week,
kidding. Wow.
leading Dunlap to winning the Dunlap Open on April 4th. The Eagles Junior also won 100 meters in 11.83 and was part of the winning 4x100 relay, which clocked a 45.14.
Wow.
He also won the 200 in the dual meet at Galesburg, March
kidding.
31st, with a time of 22.43.
That is terrific.
He just
You know,
likes
you
running.
look like were you a runner? in
I
high
ran
school?
track for 2 years.
That's what-
I was
okay,
terrible.
there you
Just
have
like
Absolutely
running, yeah.
terrible.
Not
terrible.
any worse than I am.
Coach Salzer just
Yeah.
kept me on the team because he thought I was a nice kid.
Well, you are. You were.
I ran the low hurdles, and I think I told this story on the radio before. My dad was standing at one of the meets, and I got beat. I think I was within maybe 20 yards of the next closest one. I was all the way at the end, and I knocked down half of the hurdles as I ran over. 'em.
We have a recording of you going over the hurdles.
Well-
let me play it here. Oh, ooh, ooh, oh, ooh, ooh.
Yeah. Oh no, because there was some colorful language as well.
Yeah. Well, we deleted that from
And
the recording.
if you guys remember the lifesaver moments that they used to have on TV, where they had a lifesaver moment, dad would put the arm around the boy and say, give him some good advice, and he said, "That's your lifesaver moment." Well, I had my lifesaver moment with my dad. He called me over the fence. He goes, "John," he said, "I'm just super proud of you." Well, I could hardly breathe, and my knees were in my my ankles were swollen, and I said, I did terrible. He said, "No." you didn't do terrible. I said, how can you say that? I got last place by 20 yards. He said, John, those guys were scared of you. They were running so fast to get away from you.
Told you that?
My dad. Yep, he's a good guy.
Wow.
He said they were running from him because John would pass the gas.
Could have been.
Wow.
Oh, on a lighter note, a local Metamora farmer took a minor tumble off of his tractor over the weekend.
really?
Yeah. When concerned neighbors checked in, he reassured them with a pun. He says, I broke my thumb, but on the other hand, I'm all right.
Oh.
Hey, that was
Oh, that was
big.
terrible.
No, that was,
That was
I
terrible.
thought that was
Okay.
good.
You go bust.
Yeah.
That's what I figured.
All right.
Okay, that's all I got for sports this hour. I think we're waiting on somebody, are we
Yeah.
not?
What year is the Glass Boy?
Drew is a junior, and this is his first year running high school track. So he
Oh,
played
boy.
lacrosse for 2 years, and I
He
think he
is
got tired
amazing.
of getting beaten up.
Yeah.
So I mean, those sticks are wicked.
Yes,
Yeah.
they
And
are.
he's had a couple, 3 or 4 concussions, and we didn't want him to get any
you're not
more.
supposed to have.
No.
That's
More than
not
a
good.
few of those.
Hey, let's learn more about the breaking news we have about the Bradley recruits.
Great.
Brought to you by BradleyFans.com. Here's Dr. Gene Sidler. Good morning, Gene.
Good morning, everyone.
Hi, Doc.
Are you back
What's
in
up, Doc?
Central Illinois?
Yes, I am. We got back,
welcome back.
yesterday.
Yeah.
great.
Flew in on Ozark.
Yes, some breaking news with Bradley basketball, and of course it happens while I was traveling, and got a little work to do to catch up on all the news over the weekend. But they got 2 recruits that committed to Bradley. Now Bradley did lose 5 players who are transferring in the transfer portal, and then they had 4 seniors who graduated. So they lost 9 of their 15 rostered players from this past season, and so the coaches had a little bit of work to do to fill those slots. They had 3 players commit a little bit earlier in the season, a couple of junior college players, and then a high school player from Toledo, Ohio. And yet that still left about 6 slots on the roster that they needed to fill, and including some key ones, because as you recall, Bradley lost their top scorer and point guard, Jaquan Johnson, and lost their backup point guard, Montana Wheeler, and some other key players. So, yeah, this is a good start to refilling the roster. And what happened was Saturday they got a commitment from Trevon Payton. He's a 6'5", 6'6" shooting guard who played this past season at Arkansas Pine Bluff. That's a school in the Southwestern Athletic Conference. And he is a terrific shooter. Shot 47% on his three-point attempts.
Wow.
52% overall. And if you follow basketball, you know those are really terrific numbers. And that was not on a small volume. He had a large volume of shots and still maintained those really high percentages. So he will be a help. He played his first season at a Division II school. He comes from Snellville, Georgia, a city outside of Atlanta. And Atlanta is an area that produces a lot of college basketball players. I think he got lost a little bit in the shuffle and maybe was a little bit of a late developer and ended up at a Division II school his first year and had a terrific season. That was at Limestone University in North Carolina. And so he then got into portal and ended up at Arkansas Pine Bluff and again had a terrific season there. And Bradley picked him up in the portal, the transfer portal. And, of course, these coaches have been working feverishly this past week since the transfer portal opened last Tuesday and have been making phone calls and Zoom calls, if you know what the Zoom software is, where you can talk to people face-to-face. And they've been all of these kids also have these NIL agents that help promote and disseminate the information about them. So that's very helpful to the coaches as well to get in touch with these agents and find out what schools the kid might be interested in. So on Saturday they got a commitment from Trevon Payton. He'll be a I think, a very good player for Bradley. And you can never go wrong with taking kids that can shoot the three-pointer. If you can make three-point shots, and Alex Hubricks was the top three-point shooter in the Missouri Valley this year. Of course, he was a senior, and he's moved on. But he was a big, important part of this past year's success. So this kid will help out. And then on Sunday, we got a little bit of a surprise, a kid that didn't come out of the portal, but rather an international player from Bulgaria, as John was reporting, by the name of Georgi Gerganov. And he's a 6'4" point guard. So, Bradley's had a history of small point guards with Darryl Brown, 5'9", and Duke Dean, 5'8", and now Jaquan Johnson, he's 5'10", 5'11". This kid's 6'4", and a very skilled player. He leads not only his team but his league over there in Bulgaria, the Bulgarian National Basketball League, in scoring. He's averaging over 21 points a game, and he's leading the league in scoring. Now, the Bulgarian basketball pro level is not as high a level, I would say, of international basketball as some other European countries. Countries like in France and Italy and Spain, they play a very high level. Some of those kids move right into the NBA from their league. This young man, Georgi Giordanov, he wanted to come and play college basketball in America like more and more of the European kids do, because with the NIL money, they can actually make decent money coming and playing college ball in the U.S. And yet in these leagues over in Europe, these are professional teams, but they also have several slots on their roster for what they call developmental players that are still keeping their amateur status and are paid just expenses. So he can make more money now with this NIL in the U.S. at a college than he can over there just getting his expenses paid. And so that's what he's chosen to do, and that's similar to Timothy Van der Nap, the player from Italy that Bradley has had on their roster now for a couple of years. And the coaches, through connections that they have in Europe, became aware of him, and he was very excited to accept the scholarship offer, and he'll be at Bradley next year. He sounds like a very good player.
Gene, do you think the NCAA is ever going to take steps to clear up this mess? Because I don't think there's any other word for it, with all these kids transferring or trying to transfer year after year after year. I think it's nothing but a big mess.
Well, there will be steps taken. They have to be careful, because now there's been several court rulings, including a ruling that came out of the Supreme Court that seems to give these players an awful lot of freedom in their choices about which school they can go to and play for. So the NCAA has had to remove all restrictions. You recall they used to require players sit out a year if they transferred. Right. Yeah. And of course they couldn't receive any money other than their living expenses. And now all that's gone. And the NCAA has had a commission that's worked for a couple of years. It was chaired by Condoleezza Rice that was looking into ways to modify the rules to stay within the legal guidelines and yet still help fix the problem here with the money and the transferring. Now President Trump has said he wants to see some legislation that changes some of the rules that have caused such havoc. When it was only smaller schools, like the mid-level schools like Bradley, and even the smaller colleges that were losing their players every year and couldn't keep up because they didn't have the NIL money that the big schools have, then the NCAA didn't seem to mind so much. But now it's even the big schools that are complaining. There are college coach at the high levels, in the ACC and SEC and Big Ten, saying that this is just out of control. They've got players. There was a quote yesterday from a high major school that coach said I've got players averaging 3 points a game that want $1 million a year, and there are players that are asking $3 and $4 million. It's become a bidding war, and there are some of these schools have very wealthy donors. Mark Cuban has donated tens of millions of dollars to Indiana University, his alma mater, and it paid off on their football program as they drew in a lot of transfers and they became the national champion, and something that they had never accomplished before. So you see what the money can do. It can draw in the best players that are transferring, and you can improve the facilities. That also benefits you in recruiting. You can show off recruiting facilities that they live in facilities that look like lavish 5-star hotels. They have all of the finest things that you could have to attend a college. And, kids want to go to those kind of schools. And so, even the big schools now are complaining. So I do think something's going to get done.
Yeah, I don't understand Condoleezza Rice. She's a good piano player, but I don't know if she's an athlete, isn't she? Didn't she play the piano? Yes, she did.
I don't know about her athletic background, but she's been a big supporter of college athletics, both, at Stanford, which was her alma mater, and then nationally. She served on several NCAA committees. Yeah.
Well, Chris Reynolds was a part of the NCAA committee. I think he's still a member, is he not?
Well, he was on the selection committee, and he rose to the chairman of that committee, and then his term passed, and he's off of that committee. Now he's on another NCAA committee that oversees something different. I'm not even sure what it is. But yes, he's very involved with NCAA politics.
Yeah, well, you talked about men's basketball. The women's basketball team at Bradley they've had house cleaning, so to speak, totally out of control. The new coach has really got her work cut out for her.
Well, now again, that happens every time coaches move on and are replaced. That the new coach coming in, the players on that team weren't recruited by that coach, may want to look to transfer. That it is unfortunate. Bradley lost their top scorer, who was a freshman, Maya Foz, and she had a terrific future ahead of her, and that would have been great for Bradley if she'd have stayed.
Yeah,
but there are some key players that have stayed. Maya Wardle, the point guard, Coach Wardle's daughter, is one of those key players. Another player last night announced a recruit, Ashley McDougal. I got her name wrong. It's McGonahan or something. She is a very good recruit that's coming in, and she has announced that she is going to keep her commitment and play for Coach Meyer, the new coach. So there are some good news things, and she'll get a couple of kids out of the portal as well, hopefully, and maybe keep building that program.
Yeah, where did the word portal come from?
Star Trek.
Well, that was just a term. Yeah, this is just a term that the NCAA chose for this to. Before the transfer portal was created, I think it was 2019 or so. It was kind of like the Wild West. Players were responsible for themselves. They call around and make sure that other coaches knew that they were interested in transferring, and they had to get a release from their current team to be able to even do that, to be able to contact other coaches, and sometimes that wasn't granted, and it just was very confusing and very complicated, and it hurt the players' ability to transfer. And so, the NCAA created this to try to have a single method to allow kids to enter the portal, make their information known so that any coach in any college at any level can go into this portal and see all the information about the player, what kind of history they had as far as their accomplishments, and where they are interested in transferring, and expectations of NIL money and all of that. So it right away it helps the coaches then on the other side to know which players are worth spending their time trying to recruit.
Oh, Doc, I got to ask a question real quick. What happens to the ones in the portal that nobody has an interest in? Just kind of curious. I've never read that.
They disintegrate,
That's a big
don't
issue. the portal, only about half, 50 to 60% of the kids who are in the Division I portal. Now, there's a different portal for Division II, and there is no portal for Division III, poor guys. But the Division I portal, only a little over half of them do find a new school and get offered scholarships. The other half usually end up either stepping down to a Division II program, where usually Division I kids, even if they don't find someone to offer them a Division I scholarship, usually they'll be skilled enough and good enough to get a Division II offer, so they'll land at a Division II or an NAIA level school. So most of them do find another school to play at. Some of them go to a junior college if they're still freshmen or sophomores. They may have eligibility at a junior college to play a year and build up some of their statistics and make it look better for getting a scholarship offer the following year. But yeah, there are some that lose out completely. There's always some at the end that have no offers and have given up a scholarship where they were, and they realize they just made a bad choice, and that's really just a tough luck for them.
Has anyone been stuck in that portal? Because I saw Star Wars one time.
I think there is a
half there.
It was kind of half.
What do you think?
Like in the corner, there's like a little whirlpool, and there's some people stuck in there.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, this whole show is a portal.
Well, we're definitely going down the drain.
Any other words of advice that you want to share now that you're back in Central Illinois?
Well, if you, and I know you do, Roger, if you had been following us on BradleyFans.com, you would have known that Bradley has been recruiting this Trevon Payton, and that was not a big surprise that Bradley was able to recruit him.
You're on top of everything.
Well, anybody that followed him on BradleyFans.com.
We had his name, several weeks ago that he was one of Bradley's recruits. The young man from Bulgaria, that was a surprise. We had not heard his name, nor did we know that our coaches were looking over there in Europe. Actually, we knew that was a very good likelihood because Bradley has had a history of recruiting European kids and in the past, and it has worked out well for him. So we knew that was a possibility. But this one came as a little bit of a surprise. But
it took you a week to pronounce. It took you a week to pronounce his name, didn't it?
No, there's a lot harder ones than Gergenhoff.
Yeah, Gergenhoff. Sidler sometimes is mispronounced.
Yeah, maybe
Sitter, I've heard.
Are you coming to work Thursday and Friday, Doc?
Yeah. If you'll let me back, I'll be there.
Well, it's not up to me. It's up to Roger and HR. But
it's up to HR.
I'll give you my vote, but.
Yeah,
I think I've overextended my number of vacation days, so I don't know if it's going to come out of my salary.
No, I think you're okay.
I'm glad we had this talk.
See, there we are. So that was the HR saying, it's okay, you're all right. Come in. All right, thanks, Gene. We'll see you, if not sooner, come Thursday morning.
All right, if there's any more breaking news, I'll be in touch.
You bet.
All right, thanks.
BradleyFans.com with Dr. Gene Sidler, as always. Let's get into the news. And following the news, we're going to learn more about the space shuttle, Dick Crane, who I believe at one time considered becoming an astronaut.
Yeah.
So we will talk to Dick Crane. That's coming up. In the meantime, let's refresh everyone about Chamberlain, brought to you by Bob Manning. He's Senior Vice President, Financial Advisor with the Grandview Capital Group at Morgan Stanley for all your investment needs. Check out Bob Manning, available at 309-671-4653. Morgan Stanley, Smith Barney, LLC, member SIPC. Now here's TERI with the news.
Thank you, ROGER.
Yes.
Another witty remark.
I'm starting to wake up now the coffee's kicking in. After 21 hours of discussions with the Iranians, no peace deal. Led by Vice President J.D. Vance, the American negotiators faced defiant Iranian representatives. In response, President Trump announced a blockade of all Iranian ports. No ships will be allowed to enter or leave, regardless of the nationality of the maritime traffic. Meanwhile, the U.S. will seek safe passage of ships through the Strait of Hormuz by removing sea mines planted in the waters by 28 Iranian boats. All of the 28 have been destroyed and are at the bottom of the strait, said the president. There are reports China is shipping some sophisticated air defense systems to Iran. People are still talking about the successful return of the 4 astronauts from their 10-day mission to the moon. Millions watched the splashdown of the Integrity space capsule in the waters of the Pacific Ocean near San Diego. All 4 were examined and pronounced in good health by NASA doctors, and later appeared before reporters to talk about the experience. Reed Wiseman, commander, Victor Glover, pilot, mission specialist Christina Cook, and Canadian astronaut Jeremy Hansen thanked God, each other, and supporters for their support of the Artemis II mission. California Democrat Eric Swalwell is under attack by 4 women who claim they were sexually assaulted by the congressman. All 21 of his Democrat supporters have jumped off his campaign like mice leaving the Titanic. He is continuing to deny the claims, but he did withdraw from the governor's race. A shooting at a New Jersey Chick-fil-A has left 1 person dead and 6 others with non-life-threatening injuries. The Saturday night shooting was targeted, said police in Union, New Jersey. The gunman remains at large. In local news, Peoria's City Council tomorrow night is expected to approve an increase in the salary for City Manager Patrick Urick. An annual 3% automatic increase will pay him $233,557. He will also receive a longevity $5,000 bonus. Urick has been city manager for 15 years, starting on this date, April 13th, in 2011. Prior to that, he was Peoria County Administrator for 10 years. Not everyone's leaving Illinois like Caterpillar did. Governor J.B. Pritzker announced that 5 companies are not only staying in the state, but expanding. The governor revealed Mars Snacking, Hyundai Translead, CSL, DMG Mori, and AbbVie will be hiring more employees. It's a sign of more good manufacturing news in Illinois, the governor said. And those are the headlines, Roger.
Thank you kindly. Now a check of the weather brought to you by Sam Lilly and Associates, providing a comprehensive range of insurance products, including personal auto, home, life, and medical coverage. Sammy specializes in Medicare plans and options, something he's been doing now during his 40 years in the business. Sam knows insurance, and you can get information from Sam today at 309-245-4374.
Heating up a little bit, Roger. 83 today, 84 tomorrow, 76 on Wednesday, but it's going to be a little wet. Showers tonight, tomorrow, and Wednesday. Sunny 80 on Thursday. Right now, it's 65 at the wazoo, Roger.
Yes, and we've been talking a lot in the last few hours and days, for that matter, about the wonderful return of Artemis II off the shores of San Diego, California. The guy who knows about being high in the air, Dick Ray. Good morning. I knew that.
Well, that was weird. So what do you know about being high, Dick?
Good morning.
You know, I'll tell you what, I don't know if I resemble that remark or not.
Yeah, that was a slip of the tongue, man. There. That's what happens.
That's what Eric Swalwell said.
When you,
Boy, that's no kidding right there.
Wow. Boy, I'll tell you what. A 5-yard penalty, unsportsmanlike conduct. Give us your reaction to seeing the magnificent return and the splashdown of the Integrity.
Artemis.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, I think it's a great American event, you know, that we were able to do that so efficiently and effectively. It just brought back so many memories, because I can remember, unfortunately, as an old guy, I know exactly where I was when we landed on the moon, and we watched it on an old black and white TV. And, you know, what was that, 1968, I think? Or 69, somewhere around there.
I know where I was, too.
Yeah, and, you know, just bringing back those memories. But to see how efficient, again, we've talked in the past about how the technological advances have affected all of us, mostly in a good way, some not so good, but to see that executed flawlessly was so impressive. And it just kind of goes along with everything else that's going on with our country right now. And it just makes you very proud. Again, it happens every day.
Yeah,
Probably for all of us to be proud to be an American,
Yeah, I think the only one who screwed up was the plumber, right? Didn't they have
The plumbing.
Yeah,
The plumbing, yeah.
Yeah, the bathroom didn't work, I guess, but that's
Yeah, but apparently they were trained for every scenario, every situation. So I'm sure, that's
I'm sure they had
something we all need. So they were probably trained on that as well, and they got it fixed.
Yeah, they called Jim Dillon.
Did they call Jimmy?
yeah,
Jimmy
I think
they
that
fixed
was
the
it.
plumbing?
When things are spilling.
Yeah, at Dillon. Hey, Dick, there was a time, and it was only momentarily, when I got frightened when the chutes deployed, and then the initial chutes they released, and the capsule suddenly dropped rapidly, and I thought, oh, geez, and then the big chutes suddenly deployed. You remember that? Did you guys all have that same reaction?
Yeah, I saw that, and I was like, come on, you guys, you get open it here pretty soon. They were just falling
That
pretty
scared
fast.
me.
Yeah, the initial chutes are the drogue chutes, which slow it down to a point where the main chute can open and not damage it. So there is intended consequence there. So things that we don't see that happen, all those details have been ironed out long ahead of when we see it.
It's amazing how everything, which is very meticulous, operated like 100%. It was amazing. Dick, what's the highest I hate to ask this question because Terry Grawey is going to jump on me, but what's the highest you've flown in your F-18s?
F-18, yeah. Honestly, I don't know the answer to that question because I used to do back when I was instructing, and then even as an airwing landing signal officer, I used to do test flights where they're called functional check flights, FCFs, and you take that airplane out and fly it and make sure that everything that they did maintenance-wise was repaired and that it was working the way it was intended to. And a lot of times you have a little extra fuel. And one time I was up high doing some check, and I thought, well, I'll just see how high I can get this thing. So I went full afterburner at like 45,000 feet, which there aren't a lot of, we call them Bernoulli's, air density, because of Bernoulli's principle, the air molecules. And I got it going as fast as I could get it going, straight and level at 45,000 feet. And then I just pulled up real easy so I didn't lose speed because of G, and just pointed it straight up, full afterburner. And I got up, I don't know, somewhere in the high 50s, I think, maybe even 60,000 feet, just going straight up until you run out of airspeed. And it's kind of cool because you're floating there for a second.
Really?
And where you have zero G once you run out of airspeed. And it was up there where I could see it was getting a little darker than normal, but very faint.
So that's the edge of the envelope, isn't that what they call that, Dick?
It's the edge of something. I don't know what it is.
It's the edge of blanking out, I think.
It's right before you go into space, isn't it? I mean, you hit that.
Well, no, I was a long way from that.
Yeah,
but just to see how high you could get it, and you don't have a lot of air density, so you're not going to be able to get too extremely high. But I know it was up in the 50s somewhere.
Yeah. Dick, isn't it, one of the things that impressed me about the crew was the spirituality they came back with. I mean, they talked about God and being closer to God. from where you were, even at 45,000 feet, did you have a feeling that there is a more powerful force in our lives?
You know, I've had that feeling most of my life, and thank you, Lord, for everything that, because everything we have is His, and every opportunity is given to us by the Lord. So I've always had a close relationship, and I think, not to get into a biblical discussion, but faith is our true truth. If we have faith in the Lord, and you see all this chaos and everything going on, not only in our own country, but other countries, and if you look back in the Old Testament biblically, every time the Jewish people turned away from the Lord, they got their rear ends handed to them. And every time they turned back to the Lord, everything was restored more than what they had before. And it's just a cycle. And, reading the Old Testament's a little tough when you get into the end of Exodus and Leviticus and Numbers and all that stuff. But there's a history in the Bible of that happening. And I feel like here we are, repeating history over again. Take the Lord out of everything, and everything goes to hell. And we need to turn back to Him and let Him direct our ways, right?
Yeah.
So, I love that they have faith. That's the only thing we can rely on in this world is faith, because if we rely on ourselves or other people, we're going to be disappointed over and over and over. So I love seeing anybody that has faith, and, once you see that, it's fun to share experiences with each other. So, it was a blessing to see that.
Yeah. I was just looking, I have a Bible here, looking up the scripture you just quoted, butts handed to them. Was that in the book of Job?
I think it's in every book in the Bible and every experience we have in our lives. It's a technical term, butt handed to them. I'm sure it's in there somewhere.
Butt.
Yeah, sure. As I recall, and I've known you for a number of years, thanks to our dear friend, late friend Jim Bixby, as I recall, you at one time considered entering the astronaut program. Do I remember that correctly?
I think every naval aviator, and I can't speak, I'm sure it's the same for Air Force and Marines as well, although the Marines are really naval aviators too. It would be an honor to do that, and I did consider that for a little bit, but then I realized that's way too much training and hard work for one flight. So I didn't want to be.
It's a lot of math, isn't it? Isn't it a lot of math?
Well, these guys, and I'll just give you an example. A really good buddy of mine was the smartest human being I've ever known in my whole life. And I'll just give you a quick background. He was roommates with my best buddy, who I flew F-18s with for years, and they were roommates at the Naval Academy. And then this friend of mine and I were LSOs on the Coral Sea back in 1989, so we got to be great friends. His name's Willie. My buddy's name is Craig. They were roommates at the Naval Academy. And Craig took credit for Willie finishing number 2 in his class at the Naval Academy. And I said, man, Craig, that's awesome. He's a math major and pretty bright guy in his own right. I said, did you tutor him in math, or how did you get him to finish number 2? And he said, well, he goes, if it wasn't for me, he would have been number 1, but I took him out drinking the night before his last test. And he got his only B at the Naval Academy, and that knocked him down to number 2. But this guy was an astrophysics genius. He was a rocket scientist. That's what he majored in. That's what he got straight A's in. He's the smartest guy I've ever met. And he ended up going to become an astronaut, and he flew his first mission as the right seater. The left seater is the mission commander, the captain of the ship. And unfortunately, his name is Willie McCool. He's the guy who blew up over Texas during re-entry. And, you know, we saw one of our good friends, true American patriot, smartest guy I've ever met, blow up over Texas, and that ended his life. And, you know, that guy was a rocket scientist. So, honestly, I would not qualify at all compared to the intellect that they require just to get into that program. And again, there are a lot of people, rocket scientists, that are way smarter than I am, that don't even get into that program. So I probably had less than zero chance of ever getting into that.
I think some of us might disagree with your
take that off my to-do list. Then.
Yeah. But in the end, this was not only a short-term success, but it paves the way for bigger and better things in the future, doesn't it?
Yep.
Oh, I lost you there, Roger.
Yeah. I said this success of the Integrity, the Artemis II spacecraft is not only short-term success, but paves the way for bigger and better things in the future.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. I really look forward to another lunar landing. Will be just so exciting. And, you know, it's a great American thing, and I think it should be embraced by everybody, because we have the technology here and the smartest people in the world working on that type of industry, and it'll be fun to see the fruits of their labor and the fruits of our country, country's labor. So,
amen to that. On a personal note, the last two times I've attempted to contact you late at night, have been unsuccessful. Are you leading now that you're retired somewhat of a wild nightlife?
Oh yeah, I'm going to tell you what. I'm going to write a book about my wild nightlife. It usually really cranks up about 5:30, and by 7 I'm so tired I'm in bed. So that's chapter 1, 2, 3, all the way to 10 right there.
So in other words, an autobiography of about 3 or 4 pages, something of that nature. No, I'm just kidding. At any rate, well, God bless you. It's always great talking to you, and you have some wonderful stories. And I can't get over the fact that in your career in the Navy Air Force, as a Navy pilot, obviously, you have had a little fun on your own in those multi-million-dollar planes, haven't you?
Oh yeah, it was a just unbelievable experience. And again, you talked about faith earlier. I think the good Lord led me to exactly what was the perfect career, perfect job for me, because nobody knows whether you can do it or not until you just go do it and make it happen. So I was very fortunate to be able to have that experience. And one of the things that was one of the highlights, other than flying in combat and a lot of the things that we did, I was able to fly an F-18 home for training purposes for my 10-year high school reunion.
No kidding,
So,
really. You know, now you're retired. You've been retired from the Navy for how many years now?
Well, I retired from the reserves back in 2001.
Yeah.
So
and the
that's at
statute of
25
limitations is no longer in effect. Can you share with us something you did in an F-18 you probably shouldn't have?
I don't think there's anything.
Well, no, wait a minute. The Lord is listening.
Dick, plead the fifth.
Yeah. Flying in Desert Storm, there was a night that I was the lead, and we were attacking a SAM site, that surface-to-air missile site. And if you see what's going on over in Iran right now, and we said we have air superiority, means we can fly over Iran airspace unimpeded, because we've taken out all of their surface-to-air missiles, we've taken out all their airplanes. They really don't have anything except handheld stuff, which is what I think, or limited number of rocket sites that took down that F-15, unfortunately. But for the most part, they can't touch us. And that was what we were trying to achieve in Desert Storm. And I was loaded up with some heavy bombs, and my wingman was as well. And then he had a hydraulic problem, so I had to take him back on my wing, flying formation, drop him off at the carrier, and then we weren't supposed to go feet dry, which is over land, by ourselves. And I had these 4 bombs, and I had the target, and I knew where it was, and I said, well, heck, I'm not going to just throw these bombs out into nowhere. So I went and dropped those bombs on the target and did it, instead of doing it all at the same time, which we were supposed to do, I dropped one at a time and took out the SAM site. And I got reprimanded for that when I got back, but then I also got an attaboy kind of in private. So.
Yeah. I wish you would have given me a call, because I had a couple of addresses I could have given you here in this country.
Yeah, I think I got the same address.
Yeah. All right, Dick, we'll let you go. God bless you for your service to our country, and I love talking to you. You ought to write a book, my friend.
Well, God bless you guys, too. And I don't know if staying up all the way to 7 o'clock, I might have a little time, but who knows?
I'll remember to call you earlier then. All right.
Hey,
thanks, Dick.
Take care,
God bless you guys. Have a great day.
You
It's
bet.
so nice being with you.
You bet. You too,
Bye.
Dick. Dick Crane graduated from Manual. Do you know whether or not you were there when he was there? Were you not? Did he take swimming classes with you? Do you recall?
I think he might have been one of my guards.
I can believe it.
Yeah. I mean, because such a talented kid that could do just about anything. And I think I
super
told
nice,
you he built when my first was born, he built a toy box for
Isn't that
wood shop.
something? And we
And,
should have talked, next time we talk to him, remember, talk about that, see if he recalls doing that for you. And do you still have it, or did you?
You know what? We actually built it into the house that we formerly
That you
lived
used
in,
to,
and we
yeah.
couldn't take it
You
because
couldn't,
it became a part of the home, and it was,
Fascinating.
we absolutely loved it.
Do the owners know that the
Probably not.
All right, we have news, weather, sports coming up at the top of the hour on Breakfast with Roger and Friends on WAZU FM 90.7 in wonderful Peoria, Illinois, and on YouTube as well. Stay tuned. More coming your way. In the next hour, guess who? I'll give a clue. Good morning! Is going to join us here.
Hey, Wiley.
Wonderful. Just sit around with a glass of iced tea or a cup of coffee and let him tell you stories about such things as his first time landing on an aircraft carrier and how nervous he was, and then the second time he landed at night on an aircraft carrier, and that was even more. And then the other incident that he shared with us is when he had a surface-to-air missile on his tail.
We didn't think it was a big deal.
And he didn't think that was a big deal. Oh, we're trained to get. How would I feel that way when I have an 18-wheeler on my tail on I-74 that I can't. Which I can't shake to get rid of. Anyway, let's get into our weather and news, and we start with the weather forecast brought to you by Matt Wall, CPA and tax specialist. Matt, is with Gordon Stockman. Wall, this is tax time. What is it? Let's see. Today is
Day after
It's
tomorrow.
Wednesday, yes.
so Wednesday at midnight. Do you remember years ago when you had to have your return hand stamped.
Postmarked by a
Postmark,
certain- right.
yeah. And cars would line up at the post office.
You have
for
guys out in the
that.
street
Yeah.
taking it from you.
Yeah. They don't do that anymore, do they?
They don't
And
care.
why is that?
Well, because they're watching their budget. So if you drop it off, there's no guarantee it's going to
That
be
it's
picked
gonna-
up and postmarked. If you want it postmarked, you take it in and you hand it to somebody and say,
Yes.
I need
Would
this
you-
postmarked, please,
yes.
and you watch them stamp it.
Yeah.
Or you
What-
pay online.
Well, you guys don't have to get huffy
well,
about
yeah,
it.
that too.
Extension
Yeah,
where it's at.
but
File an
online, are you
extension.
guaranteed if you do it online that actually they've received it?
If you pay
Yeah.
online, yes. Because
Okay.
it's instant out of your credit card.
Okay.
But
Yes, and somebody said something,
Somebody said butt.
that handed their butts
yeah,
to them
that's to the-
in the book of Job. Yeah. I got that from Royce instead
That's
of the book
good.
of Job.
That's good.
At any rate, if you're struggling with your tax return, don't struggle anymore. Get a hold of Matt Wall. You can reach Matt at 309-692-4030. And the interest of transparency, he handed me my tax return and got it into the mail on Friday. So now,
good for you.
however, I didn't get a postmark, and now you guys got a little huffy about that. So,
Get huffy.
Well, on Friday, it'll be certainly
On Friday,
postmarked by
it'll be
the
fine,
15th.
yeah.
Sure.
okay. All right.
Would you just
Let
drop
me
it in-
write this down.
Did you just drop it in the
Terry,
mailbox?
Terry Chamberlain, sir, when I get a call from Iris, told me I would be okay. And let me give you her phone number.
that'll help.
And also Terry Grawey.
Yeah. Yeah, have him call me.
Well-known family name at electrical company.
Have him call me.
And in the, let's see, what
Auto
all,
parts.
what all,
Auto parts.
your
Auto parts.
and auto parts.
Auto
And also, he has a
Bowling.
relative who's a judge, and you know how honest they are.
Retired.
Always.
Yeah.
Always.
Retired judge. My
What did he
brother.
do with his robe?
I think he wears it to bed at night. I'm not sure.
Was it a shorty robe?
Yeah, it was a shorty. Yeah.
Now I have a question.
Well, they're desks. They have big desks.
You,
Nobody sees.
you Catholics.
You Catholics.
Use guys.
Use guys.
Use guys. You fish eaters.
You know, I remember as a kid, we were at the hitching post on a Friday night, and it was late. Is it true that when it strikes midnight on a Friday night, it's okay to eat fish?
Well,
Not
technically,
one.
speaking, I
Okay to
guess.
eat fish? It's always okay to eat fish.
No. Well,
No,
yeah,
no.
no. You eat fish on Friday. You don't eat meat.
Yeah.
You're talking about meat.
Yeah,
Yes, yeah, we have stayed up to do that.
At 12:01,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
can have a burger.
Stayed up, got him a
Yeah,
burger.
That's
Yep.
right.
I was going somewhere with this, but I have
Did it
no
have to do with
idea what-
fish?
Yeah.
Cimarroons, Catholics,
You were
what they used to call them.
Well, it makes no matter. I'll take a prevention while you give the
All right,
other
well, take
Terry.
notes next time.
Yeah.
Don't forget. I'm sure it was good.
I'm sure it was part of nothing.
Something biblical, I'm
That
sure.
was called a nothing burger.
No, I'm sure it was good.
And now with the weather, speaking of burgers, here's Terry.
83 today, 84 tomorrow. It's going to be hot. 76 on Wednesday, but it's going to be wet tonight, tomorrow, and Wednesday. We'll see if Kyle agrees with that a little bit later on this morning. Sunny and 80 on Thursday. No rain yet in the forecast for next Thursday. Right now, it's just 65 degrees. So
It's a warm 65.
It's a
You know, as the weather warms, so does the interest in looking at making a change where you live. It's a good time to start looking at the inventory that's available in the real estate market. And Realtor Kathy Reynolds of HomeSmart is available to help you in your search. And you can reach Kathy today at 309-696-2162. Now, Terry with the news this morning.
After 21 hours of discussions with the Iranians, no peace deal, says President Trump. Led by Vice President J.D. Vance, the American team faced defiant Iranian representatives. Some Republicans blame Democrats for failure to reach a peace agreement. Many Democrats, like Tim Kaine and Chris Murphy, have openly opposed the war, giving support to the enemy. One Democrat, Massachusetts Representative Seth Moulton, a U.S. Marine captain, has claimed the United States is losing the conflict, giving comfort and aid to a country which has said for 47 years, death to America, death to Israel.
in response to the lack of the peace agreement, President Trump announced the blockade of all Iranian ports. No ships will be allowed to enter or leave regardless of the nationality of the maritime traffic. Meanwhile, the U.S. will seek safe passage of ships through the Strait of Hormuz by removing sea mines that were planted in the waters by 28 Iranian boats. All 28 boats have been destroyed and are at the bottom of the strait, says the president.
People are still talking about the successful return of the 4 astronauts from their 10-day mission to the moon. Millions watched the splashdown of the Integrity space capsule in the waters of the Pacific Ocean near San Diego. All 4 were examined and pronounced in good health by NASA doctors and later appeared before reporters to talk about the experience. Reed Wiseman, commander, Victor Glover, pilot, mission specialist Christina Cook, and Canadian astronaut Jeremy Hansen thanked God, each other, and supporters for their support for the Artemis II mission.
Okay, Artemis 2.
That was the whole mission.
Okay.
And then it's almost like each part of the rocket had names. So Integrity was the capsule part.
Oh, that's what they splashed down.
Right.
In Integrity.
And then they talked about, as in, like, especially when they were going up, like the booster had a name and it dropped off after it got so far.
Is that new? I don't remember them as a kid. I watched all those. I don't remember they named every part of the...
I don't remember that part either.
I don't remember. That's something new.
It's a different day.
Or is it a sponsor thing? If you pay enough, could you be the...
Maybe that's what it
Could
is.
you be the Roger Monroe rocket? The
Maybe
Roger
the John
rocket?
Bierce rocket?
Yeah, the John
Yeah,
Bierce
the
rocket.
The John Bierce capsule.
The Roger rocket?
Roger rocket. Roger Ramjet.
You know,
Not much.
never mind. No, I was going to talk about some people. No, I'm going to forget it now.
California
This wasn't
Democrat.
going in a good spot.
Harry.
Roger.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? I commend you. You pulled back on that one. Before the lawsuit got here,
Yeah.
you pulled back.
I realize
We just missed being
I,
witnesses.
on this show, have stuck my foot in my big mouth more than once, and I'm beginning
Well,
to
you're getting
have
good.
a self.
As you get older, I guess you're
you
starting to
guess.
back off a little.
Yeah.
Speaking of sticking his foot in his mouth,
California Democrat Eric Swalwell is
Yes.
under attack by 4 women who claim they were sexually assaulted by the congressman. One official said people have known for years of Swalwell's sexual misconduct. All 21 of his Democrat supporters have jumped off his campaign instead of jumping on him. He's continued to deny the claims. Now he's facing expulsion by some of his own party. Oh, my gosh.
And apparently he was jumping on some of his.
some of his staff.
But they also want Republicans to remove that Texas Congressman,
Yeah.
Tony Gonzalez. That guy,
He was jumping
he's
on
also
one of his
accused of
stuff.
abusing one of his
Yeah.
staff members. My
What was his
goodness.
nickname?
You know,
Speedy?
Speedy, that was Speedy
Yeah.
Gonzalez, yeah. Andale, andale.
A shooting at a New Jersey Chick-fil-A has left one person dead. Ay, caramba. Anyway,
yeah.
one person died and 6 others with non-life-threatening injuries at a New Jersey Chick-fil-A. The Saturday night shooting was targeted, said police in Union, New Jersey. The gunman remains at large.
Oh, jeez. In local news, Peoria City Council tomorrow night, is expected to approve an increase in salary for City Manager Pat Urich. He gets an automatic 3% increase, and it'll pay him $233,557. He will also receive a longevity of $5,000 for being a city manager for 15 years. He started April 13th in 2011. Prior to that, he was Peoria County Administrator for like 10 years. Though a longtime Cub fan, the city manager does support the Peoria Chiefs. We're pretty sure.
Not everyone is leaving Illinois like Caterpillar did. Governor J.B. Pritzker announced that 5 companies are not only staying in the state, but expanding. The governor happily revealed Mars Snacking, Hyundai Translead, CSL, DMG Mori, and AbbVie will be hiring more employees. It's a sign of more good manufacturing news in Illinois, the governor said.
There was a garage fire at a home in Dunlap on Sunday. Caused about $30,000 in damage. No one was thankfully injured.
The city of Pekin will receive national recognition at its council meeting this evening. Mayor Mary Burris will give us details on tomorrow's show.
Yeah. So stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Yeah, and stay tuned. A late breaking story.
to cash your check, but the bank has gone belly up. Why are you wearing that mask? It isn't Halloween. No, I'm not going to give you the money. You got it.
People don't realize how many reporters we have out there. Now with news, here's John. Brought to you by the bank that just got robbed.
God's now Halloween. Okay, well,
Alrighty.
thank you for that, Roger. I know, I was getting my phone for a reason, and I got sidetracked by our roving reporter, the other John.
Here, want to use my phone? You use my phone.
Sure, thanks.
There you go.
Anywho, Bradley Braves landed an international player on Sunday when Bulgaria prospect Georgi
Gorgonov.
Pardon me?
Gorgonov.
Gorgonov? Okay, we'll take that. Announced his commitment. The 6'4" point guard from Slaven, Bulgaria, averaged 21.3 points. It says SLIVEN. I'm going with that. Per game on 36.6 minutes for BC Boltav in the Bulgarian National Basketball League during the 25-26 season. Bradley is sure happy to get him. Plus, they've been courting a young man named Trevon Payton. He committed on Saturday night. He's a 6'6" combo guard, and he came out of the NCAA transfer portal. And he's coming from someplace, Arkansas. I think this is
I think that's what he said.
and it amazes me that they're in one of the Atlantic conferences. I don't know how Arkansas got into an Atlantic conference, but that doesn't surprise me either.
Flooding will do that.
They travel
Flooding?
well.
Do they gerrymander the?
They must have gerrymandered the map.
They travel real good.
Other Bradley news, new Bradley Braves women's basketball head coach Shia Meyer had some work to do. Bradley freshman guard Maya Faz headlined the group exiting Bradley, going for the portal. The three-point shooter averaged 14.4 points per game and in 2025 season. Lucia Laveria, a 5'5" senior guard. The 5'9" sophomore guard, Caitlin Washington, Micah Cooper, a 5'11" sophomore guard. They all entered the portal at the same time that Foz did. So there's good parts and bad parts to that. The bad parts are you lose part of your team. The good parts are you get to build your own, and that always makes it so much better. The 2026 Masters Golf Championship is now history. Rory McIlroy will wear the green jacket again, edging out crowded leaderboard to win the Masters tournament for a second consecutive year at 12 under. McIlroy will pocket a mere $4.5 million from an increased purse of $22.5 for the whole group. A mere $1.2 million less than Roger Monroe's Breakfast with Roger and Friends annual budget. So they give
How
you a
many
little bit of
guys
indication
get paid?
I
I mean, there's
can
22 million
imagine.
bucks, and the first guy gets 4 million. So they're paying a lot of places, aren't they?
Yeah, they are.
Is it the top
They are. And
I mean, they're
quite a few of them get
caddies
paid too.
get-
I have to check that out, but I
Oh, the
know.
caddies get a percentage
Caddies get,
too.
but the caddies get paid by the
by the golfer.
golfer. Yeah,
not from the deal. But
Right.
how many guys make money on that deal?
There are a lot.
Like
There are a lot.
20 or 30?
I
or-
would imagine at least 20. That's
Wow.
my guess, but I think we're looking that up right now as you speak.
Yes, I am.
All right.
Our raving reporter, or is it a raging reporter? No, it's
This
a
morning
roving
it's raging.
reporter. It's raging. Yeah, she said raging this
Raving.
morning. Hey, the Rivermen are on their way to the President's Cup semifinals as Rivermen defeated the Macon Mayhem on Saturday night at Carver Arena by a score of 4-1. The Rivermen will take on the Knoxville Ice Bears in the second round of the playoffs. The best-of-5 series will commence at Carver Arena on Friday. And Game 2 will also be at Carver Arena on Saturday. Both games at 7:15. In Major League Baseball yesterday, the Cubs over the Pirates 7-6. The White Sox 6, the Royals 5. The Red Sox beat the Cardinals 9-3. Diamondbacks over the Phillies 4-3. The Rays 5, the Yankees 4. Angels over the Reds 9-6, and the Brewers got beat by the Nationals 8-4. Well, the Cubbies of South Bend scored 2 runs in the top of the 8th inning yesterday at Dozer Park to beat the Peoria Chiefs 5-4. The Chiefs will travel to Wisconsin for Game 6 against the Timber Rattlers starting tomorrow at 6:40 p.m. And if you want to see your Cubbies, future Cubbies play at the Peoria Chiefs game, you missed it because they're only in town one time this year. So
and they're going to north for 6 games, did
Yeah,
you
they
say?
do 6 games
A
at a time.
6-game series?
Yeah, they do 6-game series every week.
Well, you get well acquainted
the
with
whole-
your
that's the whole
opponents.
year?
don't you?
Yeah, they do
Is
that
this-
for
is
the
that-
whole
that's new this
summer,
year?
Yes. No,
No,
it's
it's
been
been-
that way for a while.
Oh,
Yep.
well, then why
It's
are we talking
easier-
about it? It's not
okay,
news.
forget it. Let's rewind this. Okay. So much for that, you guys. You got me going.
Do you know
here.
Tara?
What?
The money?
Yes.
Yeah, tell us.
Okay. As we know, winner gets $4.5 million. Runner-up, $2.43 million. Third place, $1.53 million.
I wouldn't show up.
Fourth place, $1.08 million.
Now, wait a minute. We have an issue here.
Yeah.
Some of the players tied for third, I believe. So how do they handle that?
Oh.
Combine the third and fourth, and then split that.
Or they go, there's some other thing that would actually place them.
There are ways to do in golf. That
Rock,
certain
rock,
things that
paper,
happen.
scissors. I
Yeah,
think.
something like that.
Yeah.
But get this. All 54 professionals who made the cut received prize money. So those who missed the cut, which is about 37 professionals, still received $25,000 each.
Well, that's to cover
I'm going out for
expenses.
golf.
You know,
Yeah,
they,
no kidding.
They have to room and board
Keep
for
the jacket. I'll
themselves
take the 25 grand.
and their caddy.
For an example, the 50th place
Yeah.
earned $56,700.
For 50th. For coming in
the
50th. For being a
50th
lousy
place.
golfer.
And he's the custodian of the grounds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He works there.
You two get this straight. You want me to kill all the golfers on the course, not golfers, gophers. Oh, okay.
Oh, that's different.
And
just
finally-
got a
yes.
call from Kyle Varnold. He said, "Would you hurry it up?"
No problem. I can talk very
No,
quickly.
no,
Let me go
I
fast
didn't.
for
No,
Kyle.
no, yeah.
Since he let me down, he
Yeah, he
didn't
did.
call me with
You're right.
Kellen's
You're right.
Yeah.
score.
Make
You're
him wait.
right.
Make
You're
him
right.
wait.
I can't talk
Yeah,
about it,
screw
but
him.
maybe he knows.
Okay.
Maybe he knows.
Well,
Hey,
t-
I'll
take-
finish this up.
Take your time.
Take your
My
time.
Take a
time.
deep breath.
Pekin 5, Rochester 1 in softball. Okay, let's get back to this.
you
Dunlap
say that
High School
again?
Junior no, was named Clutch Sports Athlete of the Week on Sunday. Toy boat, yeah, right. Drew Glatz placed first in 3 events across the para-meets last week, leading Dunlap to winning the Dunlap Open on April 4th. The Eagles Junior won 100 meters and was part of the winning 4x100 relay, which clocked a 45.14. He also won the 200 in the dual meet on Galesburg on March 31st with a time of 22.43. And I got a shout out to, I met a young lady at a basketball game a couple of weeks ago, and I've been slow getting this out. A young lady named Jasmine, who is a WAZU radio personality. And I met her. She was sitting behind me, and
really?
and they
That
were
was Jasmine,
playing
yeah.
at a game. And Jasmine is a Richwoods grad, and she graduated a
I
year
didn't
after
know
I
that.
left. So she remembered me kind of vaguely, but nonetheless, hi to Jasmine, who is going to be on. She's usually on pretty quickly after this show.
Is it Jessamine?
It might be Jessamine, but she said Jazz. It sounded like she said Jasmine, but it might be Jessamine.
I think it's Jessamine.
Is it?
I think it's Jessamine.
Well, if
Your
Jessamine,
hearing-
if you're...
Your hearing's a little off there.
But I don't. It may not. It may be somebody different.
But if she's part of this, that she calls in quite a bit.
No, she is a radio personality on the show. So
On this
I
show?
don't know if she's a
It
call.
just-
She
On
doesn't
this
call
show-
in. No, not on this show. But
Okay,
on the
that's
next,
that's a different
I'm sorry,
person.
on the next show.
That's a
the
different
real
person.
WAZU,
Oh, then it could be
where they do
Jessamine.
the hip hop.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Oh, the hip hop.
Oh,
radio.
yeah.
She is she says I listen to you guys on the way to
I
work
was thinking
every
of the gal
morning.
who comes in
Well,
here.
good for her.
That's
No,
what I
no,
thought
No,
you were
that's
talking about
Jasmine.
That's Jasmine.
And this is
This is
Jasmine.
Jasmine.
Yeah,
Well,
Yes.
there
okay,
is a
that's
difference.
different.
Okay.
Definitely.
One starts with a J and the other one starts with a J.
Right, I can
Right.
see the difference.
And ends with an N. Yep. Oh, a North Valley neighborhood in Peoria is again being terrorized by a mountain bike. It's
Ooh.
really become a vicious cycle there, so be careful. And that's sports.
And Kyle Varnold patiently
Patiently
waiting. Good morning,
do
Kyle.
silly stuff.
Patiently, you could have summed that up in like 60 seconds on Jasmine, just said the non-Caucasian WAZU.
Well, we can't say
don't
that
know
because we
that.
got
Say
Eddie
that.
Parker
We don't
in our
know. We
group.
don't know. It's not.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, good morning.
You know Eddie Parker.
I thought you fired him this morning. I thought the consensus was he's done for.
Oh,
No, we were getting close.
no, we're done for.
Yeah, if we fire him, we're all done for.
You are if you don't get your DEI requirement in. So, anyway, good morning, Roger.
There's a big question over, are we going to get any rain today at all?
It looks like wet, and wet.
No, I don't have rain in my forecast today.
Yeah.
You guys have rain in your forecast?
Oh, you liar.
Slight chance, but I took it out because I thought, you know what? If it's slight, why are we even talking
It's
about it?
supposed to rain all week, I've heard. No?
Well, Tuesday and Wednesday, there's a good chance of showers and thunderstorms, but tomorrow night, I really don't see the activity really firing until well after 7, 8 o'clock tomorrow night. So what's going to happen is with this warm air fueling in and this humidity, you'll definitely feel the humidity if you haven't yet. You should start feeling it yesterday.
No, you're
But yeah,
right.
so the warm front moved through yesterday. The rain came in. The warm air moved in on the backside. The warm air is continuing to fuel in. Lots of instability taking place, so much so that we'll actually have a cap on the atmosphere. The atmosphere will be capped, so we'll see no development until the sun starts to go down tomorrow night. Once the sun goes down, then look out, the big storm fire. Will there be tornadoes? Will there be hail producers? Will there be damaging winds? Damaging winds, hail, yes. Tornadoes, I think the tornadoes stay just to the north of us, but we'll have to wait and see. What's so funny? I'm so sorry.
Well, I don't know. You have to see it on...
For our YouTube, John we have a weather map in now, and he was pointing.
I was trying to keep up with you, Roger. Roger wanted me to keep up with you on the map. I can't go that fast.
Yeah.
You actually brought me the weather map?
Yeah.
Right here.
Kind of, sure. Yeah, it's on the wall, yeah.
Can you see
That's
it?
awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well done, Mr. Meisinger. That's awesome.
Kind
No,
of.
Roger did, not me.
And I was prepared in the event that there was going to be snow.
No, there's no snow in the forecast, sir.
Okay, well, shoot.
Rats.
Now we're going to have to sweep up.
All right. Wait,
So, let me get this straight.
John,
Huh?
go on, I'm sorry.
So,
No, you
there's
just interrupt, please, go on.
no rain today?
No, there's no rain in the
Okay,
forecast.
no rain today, and tomorrow, late at night.
After 7 p.m. It's not so much late at night,
Okay,
but after
I
7.
thought you said late. Okay, after 7. And then
Nope.
on Wednesday, showers and thunderstorms.
Wednesday will be an all-day on the backside of that frontal boundary, yes, sir.
Okay, because of the atmospheric hat or something, you said. See, I listen.
No, the cap is Tuesday. You pay attention. The cap is Tuesday.
Well,
the cap breaks
I got
tomorrow
that.
night. The storm's fire. The cap is done.
Oh, okay. So you take your cap off. Okay. Thursday sunny.
Yep.
Friday sunny with a chance of afternoon showers. Of course, that's way down the road.
No,
That's
I would
really
take
hard
rain.
to.
I would take rain out of your forecast Friday.
Okay. All right.
Good.
Well, that's great. Well, it's not as
Yep.
bad as I thought it was. But this rain. Now, let me ask you a question.
Of
When
course.
it gets hot like that, the rain is warmer, right? I mean, you feel if you go outside, sometimes the rain feels kind of cold, right, when it hits you, especially in your bald head. But
Well, you never have that experience.
I've never had that problem. But when weather like this, it's actually warmer water, right?
No,
Yellow.
that's not. No.
No, it doesn't work that way.
No, hang on. So, well, in a way, but you have to have the water parcels, which is what forms the rain.
I know what
the
rain
water
is.
parcels, what I'm trying to explain it to you, sir.
I know what rain is.
It's variant based off. All right, stop interrupting, please. It's varied upon the cloud temperature, so like the mid-level temperatures, the upper-level temperatures. You get the big drops. Those big drops are coming from maybe 15, 20,000 feet up. Whenever you see the rain in a storm, particularly a stronger storm, and you start seeing the big drops show up, that's right before you see the hail show up.
Well, okay.
So
All right.
those are the bigger.
Let's get back to the
heavier-
heat.
Go on.
If it's coming
Yeah,
20,000
please
feet,
go on.
it's well, we won't answer my question. It's coming down, and it's.
I didn't answer your question. You're just not listening. You're just interrupting.
Yeah, he's just-
You're like
no.
a child.
The first thing you told me was the water
4-year-old.
was wet.
It's like talking to Kerrigan right now.
Who?
Who?
My daughter, Kerrigan.
Oh, okay.
She has a much better attention
The
span.
baby.
Well, I
Yeah,
just
the
want to
baby,
know.
the baby.
You said no, the rain isn't any warmer if it's hotter outside. I
It's
don't.
not.
I don't believe that.
Well,
Well,
what
all
school
right.
did you go
Northern
to?
Illinois
I didn't go to
University.
school. I went to
Years.
school of logic. I mean, if it's hot outside, the water's going to be warmer. Well, it's always wet. It's going to be warmer. I mean, doesn't that make sense?
Yeah.
Somebody help me out here.
Does the water cool you off when you get wet or not?
Well, but that's
I
we're
mean, does
talking
it seem
evaporation. That's a
wetter?
different deal.
Does it seem warmer than snow coming on your head? Yes.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And in hot days, the rain is going to be warmer.
Well, you think
It has to be.
You think it's warmer
But
because your body
now,
temperature.
all right. Okay, now I know what you're thinking because you just came from Florida. So yes, the rainfall is warmer in Florida because you have the warm Gulf waters. Most of that moisture accumulates from the warm Gulf waters. So the rain temperature, that when it hits your head, is a warmer degree than what you would find in the Midwest. But as far as the Midwest as a whole, the raindrop temperature doesn't vary. It doesn't change.
Okay, so what I heard you say is, Terry, you were right.
Yes, if you want to take it that way, in Florida, the Sunshine State.
I just said,
Terry
I'm not
Grawey is
specifically
right.
saying where.
In
I just-
Illinois, he doesn't have a clue.
well, it's wet.
And the reason he doesn't have a clue, Kyle, is he doesn't listen.
I don't care.
He talks. He asks a
it's 'cause I
question.
don't care.
It's like, I'll give you a good example on Fox News. Laura Ingraham is the same way. She has a guest on, and then she starts talking. She eventually asks a question, and when the person starts responding, she interrupts him. She's terrible.
Oh, that's terrible. Who would do that?
Yeah, Hannity's the same way. Hannity's the same way. I can't watch Hannity because he just constantly interrupts.
Yeah, exactly.
Who would do that?
And one of his speech mannerism is, let me ask you this. Just ask the
Now,
crowd.
Roger, wait a minute.
I
Let me
feel the
interrupt you
same
for
way
a
with
second. Who would do
Blitzer.
that?
Well, in this room, Terry Chamberlain doesn't do it. John Meisinger doesn't do it. Roger Monroe doesn't do it. And that's
Kyle.
it. That's it.
Kyle's on the phone. Kyle, you forgot Kyle.
And Kyle
So,
doesn't do it.
Kyle, we want to know, because you didn't call me and let me know how Kellen did in the tournament.
Well, you're right. It wasn't a good weekend. So we lost. We lost to Beverly. So it was all Chicago schools because it was up in Orland Park. So the first match, which started 40 minutes late because one of the refs showed up late, so the whole day was behind
Yeah,
schedule.
welcome to lacrosse.
So
You played one
the
ball.
first
You
match
lost
was
against
supposed to be
Beverly?
10. We lost against Beverly, Chicago Beverly.
She was good,
Beverly
though.
Green.
She must have been really good to beat a whole
So
team.
Beverly is actually a really affluent suburb. It's a part of the city on the south side, right before you get to Blue Island, if you're familiar with Chicago. Yeah, because we were shocked, too, because all the players are white. And we're like, they're a south side team? What's going on here? Anyways, so we lost to Beverly, 7-0. They destroyed us. We tied with Oak Forest, 4-4, and in lacrosse, unless it's playoffs, you have ties. You don't go into overtime or anything like that, or sudden death. And then we lost to the Southside Storm 11-1.
I can see why you didn't call anybody other than your priest.
Ooh, that's
Poor Kellen. It was.
they've had
rough.
lacrosse
It was-
up there longer than we've had it in our area, so I give
Yeah,
give
it's
them
true.
that. And we played Oak Forest as
You got to
well
learn
in
to
high
lose.
school last
You
year.
got to learn to
So,
lose. You know, that's all part of the
They're
deal.
good.
My sweet Kellen, when we were driving up, we drove past the P.F. Chang's. He was like, "Oh, Dad, can we get P.F. Chang's on the way home?" And as we were getting ready to leave, I was like, "Okay, I'm going to go to P.F. Chang's." Like, "No, Dad, let's just go home." So
No, poor guy.
he's not embarrassed.
Yeah, It's one thing to lose, it's another thing to get demolished.
Yeah.
Yes, and the last game for them to get destroyed, it was just so defeating. Like the second half, those
That's
last 20
character
minutes.
building. I
Okay.
think you need
Well, we'll see
Yeah.
some better results as time goes
Yeah.
on. So
time
then
goes on.
I'll
Yeah,
expect
we
the
hope-
phone call or the text, but
Yes,
more like
I
that.
appreciate it.
Okay.
Yeah, no, and I'm glad you.
So we'll know if you don't call, they got pounded.
And
Yeah, well,
it wasn't something I'm proud to report, but it was fun to see the season begin. It sucked driving 2.5 hours to see it end that way, but
get used to it if you're gonna do lacrosse. You're gonna travel
lacrosse is-
north.
Well, you traveled
Oh,
like
yeah.
2.5
I-
hours for 30 seconds.
It's just an hour and a half, and yes, it was about 30 seconds.
Yeah, basically, yeah. So luckily it's all tournaments, so there's like 2 or 3 games per tournament. So we get our well, not really money's worth, because gas prices right now, we drive to Washington, we don't even get our money's worth. But anyways, so we host next weekend, and then we're up in the Quad Cities in 2 weeks. So.
Well, good luck, have fun, and tell Kellen he did a great job, because it's not easy.
I know we've morphed into sports a little bit here, but anything you want to add about the weather?
Yes, so rainfall models, because today we were talking about the rain. We're looking at a lot of rain this week. We're actually looking at rain tomorrow and Wednesday, and then again on Saturday. But with these storms, especially tomorrow night storms, we could see some really heavy rainfall, to the point where some of the models this week and next week total are indicating for the Euro saying 4 to 5 inches, and the GFS is saying 2 to 3 inches. So again, much needed, thankful rainfall, but it's going to be, tomorrow night could be quite the rain event, as well as the storm event. And we'll talk, I'll probably call in tomorrow, because I do think severe parameters are going to be quite high, especially tomorrow once that cap breaks tomorrow night. So.
Well, very good, and I do want to commend John Meisinger. He was really ticked off at you, but he's calmed down.
Calmed
down.
Yes. Because I hadn't heard from you.
Yeah, he worries about
I'm sorry. Yes, sir. I apologize. I should have called.
I was worried.
And let you know that we're family safe. We're all good.
As a matter of fact, he's on medication now. Yeah.
Well, that's not for me. That's for something else.
Yeah, you're right.
Still itches, Kyle. I can't help it.
Anyway,
Great talking to you. God bless.
Anyway, let's enjoy this day. Enjoy this day. Get out. Enjoy it. Gorgeous day.
Yeah.
A little bit warm. Nice breeze. Plenty of sunshine. Clouds move in after 3 o'clock today. Sunshine tomorrow. Storms fire after 7 o'clock. We'll talk about it in detail tomorrow.
Okay.
Right.
Thank you kindly.
Thanks, Kyle.
Take care, buddy.
Yes, have a good day.
Bye.
Goodbye.
You too. Kyle Varnold, everybody. The bowler wax, is he? I mean, is he fun?
Yeah.
You know, once he was able to give the forecast without being interrupted,
This is
it
true.
went real smoothly.
That's true, but we may need to talk to him about changing his filter.
All right, let's move on,
Okay.
if you don't mind.
No, I'm looking forward to
Let's
snow.
start with check the news. He didn't say it was going to snow.
No, he didn't say it was going to snow.
Were you
That was good. That was good.
Very
Yes.
good.
There's still snow on the ground.
You know,
here in
you
the
folks, if
studio.
you're not watching on YouTube, you're really missing things. And for your own mental health, it's good that you don't
Next
watch.
hour,
Anyway, we have the
Breakfast
news.
with Roger and the Naked Friends. Next hour.
Once
I got a headline about that.
I'd like to get in a word edgewise. Brought to you by Spoon River Home Health, making a difference in the lives of their clients. They've been helping people in their homes since 1993 with home health care services, from skilled nursing to bathing and personal care. You can reach them 24/7 at Spoon River, 309-245-0723. Now the news uninterrupted with Terry Chamberlain, we hope.
What, do I
Yeah, I
have to
say, yeah,
leave?
we'll see. After 21 hours of discussions with the Iranians, no peace deal. Led by Vice President J.D. Vance, the American negotiators faced defiant Iranian representatives. In response, President Trump announced a blockade of all Iranian ports. No ships will be allowed to enter or leave, regardless of the nationality of the maritime traffic. Meanwhile, the U.S. will seek safe passage of ships through the Strait of Hormuz by removing sea mines planted in the waters by 28 Iranian boats. All of the 28 have been destroyed and are at the bottom of the strait, said the president. There are reports China is shipping some sophisticated air defense systems to Iran. People are still talking about the successful return of the 4 astronauts from their 10-day mission to the moon. Millions watched the splashdown of the Integrity space capsule in the waters of the Pacific Ocean near San Diego. All 4 were examined and pronounced in good health by NASA doctors, and later appeared before reporters to talk about the experience. Reed Wiseman, commander, Victor Glover, pilot, mission specialist Christina Cook, and Canadian astronaut Jeremy Hansen thanked God, each other, and supporters for their support for the Artemis II mission. California Democrat Eric Swalwell is under attack by 4 women who claim they were sexually assaulted by the congressman. All 21 of his Democrat supporters have jumped off his campaign like mice jumping off the Titanic. He's continuing to deny the claims, but he did withdraw from the governor's race. A shooting at a New Jersey Chick-fil-A has left 1 person dead and 6 others with non-life-threatening injuries. The Saturday night shooting was targeted, said police in Union, New Jersey. The gunman remains at large. In local news, Peoria City Council tomorrow night is expected to approve an increase in the salary for City Manager Patrick Urich. An annual 3% automatic increase will pay him $233,557. He will also receive a longevity $5,000 bonus. Urich has been city manager for 15 years, starting on this date, April 13th, in 2011. Prior to that, he was Peoria County Administrator for 10 years. Not everyone is leaving Illinois like Caterpillar did. Governor J.B. Pritzker announced that 5 companies are not only staying in the state, but expanding. The governor revealed Mars Snacking, Hyundai Translead, CSL, DMG Mori, and AbbVie will be hiring more employees. It's a sign of more good manufacturing news in Illinois, the governor said. And those are the headlines, Roger.
How about a check of the weather brought to you this morning by Steve Sink, certified business intermediary with PHX Affiliates. Steve has been a business broker for over 20 years, and he specializes in business valuation. You can reach Steve today at 309-696-8508.
High of 83 today, Roger. 84 tomorrow. 76 on Wednesday. Thursday, 80. And Friday, about 84. Right now, it's 65 degrees at the Wazoo.
This is your captain speaking on Flight 318. I'm sorry to say that because there's been a spill of gasoline on the tarmac, that we're going to be here some 18 hours, and the bathrooms are closed.
Oh, my. Oh, my.
That's what you don't want to hear.
Have you ever been on a plane where they announced that?
No. Thank goodness.
Can you imagine? Did they announce that on Artemis 2?
Yep.
The bathroom is closed. Yeah.
I can't even imagine.
Put a
how bad it
cork
would be
in
there.
it. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, that would be terrible.
It would be, wouldn't it?
Now, do they have male and female restrooms up there? Because we had men and women on that flight, right?
I'm sure it's just one
Well,
bathroom
just,
and
well, just woman, yeah. One was Canadian, and all the others were Americans employed at NASA.
Okay.
And he was, they call it a flight specialist. I think the title was a mission specialist. I don't know what that title
mission
meant.
specialist was Christina Cook.
No, they both were.
Oh, they both were?
Yeah.
Okay.
She and the Canadian
Okay.
were mission specialists, whatever that means.
No, we were mission specialists when we flew with on the C-130s.
Oh, were you?
Yeah.
Yeah, we were mission specialists.
Yeah.
That's right.
You know, I have to recall, you were sitting next to me, weren't you?
Yes.
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 And I had
what happened?
Well, I had a bottled
You
water
did.
in my back pocket, and I sat down and popped the cork.
No.
And next
guess
thing
where
you
it
know,
went?
It went
On your
yeah,
seat?
On me.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, me too.
Actually, in my bottom.
My.
It looked like I peed my
yeah.
pants. So.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah, you had a little bit of a thing
I
going too.
I had wet pants, and also by the bottle. That was a neat experience. So all 4 of us were.
Are you going to do that on the new one?
On the well,
He's coming back with a new plane, right?
He isn't bringing the
They
plane
don't get the new
back.
planes until October.
Yeah, the planes are going to be delivered. I think this next month might be his last month. I said, he's been down there for almost 4 months.
Yes.
And I said, and they're up early. So there must be, that thing must be loaded with new electronic
It is. It's all new.
technical
Yeah,
gear.
everything's digital, so.
Yeah, Wi-Fi. And
Yep, Wi-Fi, and they got their own CB radios now.
GPT.
Yeah, 10-4, good buddy.
GPT is on there. That's right. Yeah. So no, I think I can't imagine he's not having fun though. With the brand new
yeah, that's what you
planes
do.
and getting to fly them and
Oh,
do those things and eat ice cream and.
And you know, I wonder if they're actually getting an opportunity to fly the new plane? You think it's down there?
Well, I can imagine.
Or is everything simulated?
I don't know.
Did any of you ever do a simulation?
I've seen some.
A plane?
No, not a plane, but when I
No,
was in high
but a
school.
simulator for a plane. No.
No, when I was in high school, we did simulator for driver's ed.
Really?
Where we were all in it. It was a trailer.
You couldn't find a car in town?
Well, there were so many kids.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's why I'm so good a driver.
Yeah.
But anyway, there were 16 16 different simulators in a trailer out behind the school.
Wow.
And they lock you in there and teach you how to drive a stick shift.
I was in the, I don't know what, I can't remember what they call it now, level 2 or level 1. Or it's the simulators that they'll bring pilots in from all over the world to keep up their flight times. You know, if they can't fly enough, then they have to come down at Embry-Riddle, down in Daytona. My son went to school there, and we were down visiting, and we got to go inside.
Now, is that a flight school?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, yeah.
Wow, that's impressive. I miss CB radios. You know,
I do too.
We all used to have them.
10-4.
We would get in and we would say, we're eastbound. Yeah, eastbound I-74. Is anyone online tells what's a good restaurant ahead?
Wow.
And people would come back and tell you, don't eat at the Greasy Spoon at McLean, Illinois.
Because it's so packed that nobody goes there anymore because it's so crowded.
Yeah, nobody goes there anymore. But I do miss the sound of it. What does this give?
Yeah, the CB.
The rubber duck.
Oh yeah, 10-4, Big Ben for sure. By golly, it's clean clear to Flagtown. Come on.
It's Flagtown.
Oh yeah, that's a big 10-4 there, Big Benny. Yeah, we definitely got the front door, good buddy. Mercy.
He's got the front door.
Like we got us a convoy.
The convoy. Yeah, that was a great song.
4th of the
And
moon,
I remember
6th of June, and that's Kenworth pulling hogs. Cab over Pete with a reefer on, and a Jimmy hauling hogs.
You know the words to that.
Cab over Pete with a
That's
reefer
impressive.
on and a Jimmy hauling hogs. We was heading for bear on I-10 about a mile
Hunting
out
for
of
bears.
Shakytown.
That was the
bear on
police.
I-10
They were
about a mile out of
Duck, and I'm
Shakytown.
about to put the hammer on.
Hey, he's
Big Ben, this here's Rubber Duck. We're about to put the hammer down.
That was good.
How's that?
That was good, John.
We just ain't gonna pay no toll. So we crashed through gate.
Okay, Flagtown and Convoy, first to Flagstaff, Arizona.
Flagstaff, okay.
Breaker, Big Ben, this here's the duck. And you want to back off them hogs? Oh, 10-4, about 5 miles or so. 10 rugger, them hogs are getting intense up here.
Flagstaff.
Kind of like our
By the
studio.
time we got into Tulsa town, we had 85 trucks in all. But there's a roadblock up on the Cloverleaf, and them bears was wall to wall. Yeah, them smokies as thick as bugs on a bumper. They even had a bear in the air. I says, calling all trucks, this here's a duck. We about to go hunting some bear.
You know the lyrics of it. Wow.
Never heard this. We're going to blow this road.
Just trucking.
Trucking town. Okay,
You want to give me a 10-9 on that, Big Ben? Oh,
Give me a
dang it,
10-9.
you're right, Big Ben. You're still too close. Yeah, them hogs are starting to close up my sinuses. Mercy sakes, you better back off another 10.
Well, we rolled up Interstate 44 like a rocket sled on rails. We tore up all of our swindle sheets and left them setting on the scales. By the time we hit that Chi-Town, them bears was getting smart.
They had brought up reinforcements from the Illinois National Guard.
Bears, cars and tanks and
Jeeps and rigs of every size.
them chicken coops was full of bears.
And Smokies filled the skies.
Well, we shot the line.
And we went for broke with 1,000 screaming trucks and 11 long-haired friend of Jesus in a chartreuse microbus.
Keep it up, John.
Oh, I don't know if I can do it anymore. Except for the Jersey Shore, prepared to cross the line.
I could see the bridge was
Lined with bears, but it didn't have a doggone time. I said, Big Ben, this here's a Rubber Duck. We just ain't gonna pay no toll. So we crashed the gate doing 98 and said, let them truckers roll, 10-4.
Oh, wow.
You got it, buddy. Anytime you want to do C.W. McCall, I'm in. Or we could do a Bear Barrel Polka by John Wolfhard.
I'm very impressed. I'm not going to tell anybody I know you.
Well, please don't. That ruined both of our reputations. Anyway, we had a good time with that song because that was always I played music for 7 years. We did DJs and we spun records and played tapes. We played weddings, bar mitzvah, funeral directors, convention. Us.
Wow.
Us?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm surprised. We played St. Bernard's every New Year's for 7 years.
Really?
Yep. And we did it here in town.
Did you dress up then during songs like that? Did you?
Well, I had a Elvis jumpsuit.
You did.
My God.
With sequins and everything.
And everything?
Yes. And
Wow.
everything.
Wow. You know, boy, what years are we talking about now?
We started
Last
doing
year?
it. Actually, we did it for more than that. We did it from 1979 to 92.
Who's we?
John Blasick
Yeah, I know.
and Pat.
A Peoria
Sullivan.
flag and
The three
Pat
of us,
Sullivan?
yeah.
Really?
Yep. We did that forever.
How old were you?
Well, we were married, and I'd say in 78.
And you were doing this?
25,
Your wives
whose
let you
idea
guys
was
do
this?
that? Wow.
Well, here's what happened. My sister-in-law, Maureen, the baby in the family, she was graduating from grade school in 1978, and she called in a panic 2 days before her party, which they had at Willow Knolls. They had an all-school party, and she said, we don't have a DJ. They backed out. And so Pat and John and I put together our records, our stereo equipment, and all this stuff. And John Blasick, of course, Peoria Flag, he put together a big light display. And
Oh my God.
so we did that for her, and we got all kinds of
Accolades.
offers
Wow.
to play other things. And
No
the next thing you
kidding.
know, we're playing 3-4 times a weekend
Oh, that's
for different
really?
things. Yes.
Well, that's
Yes.
pretty cool. I
was-
didn't
that
know.
was-
that.
You know, you guys, compare that to me. I was a DJ at WPEO, and I did one sock hop. Actually, two. One was at Sparland High School, and I think the other one might have been Princeville. Maybe it was only one. And I couldn't dance worth a crap, and still can't, as a matter of fact. And I would have these young high school girls come up and want me to dance with them. Well, that's a no-no for a couple of reasons, although there wasn't a great deal of difference in ages,
Right.
to tell you the truth. But I couldn't dance, so I said, no, I've got to watch the music.
Yeah, you can't let the record skip.
Yeah, exactly right. But it was a sock hop, and which were popular back then, and it was a lot of fun. And the kids were having fun, and I had fun. I just wish I had more
We had
experience.
thousands and thousands of dollars worth of equipment, and that we purchased with the money that we were making, and
No kidding. You made it into a profession.
Well, it was worth doing. Let's put it that way.
Well,
And
I'll
then
bet.
finally, when it was time for us to get out, because we were just getting tired, and I was moving into administration and the schools, and John and Pat were doing their own businesses, and so we decided to raise our prices to the point where nobody would hire us, and we raised our prices, and that made us more popular.
Oh,
And
really?
then it became, we can't afford not to.
Now we have to
That's
do
exactly
it,
what it was. But to give you an idea on one of the things, we played over at Quail Meadows at the golf course, and we
East
played a
Peoria.
wedding over there.
In
yes.
East Peoria.
And it's on the second floor. The dance
Yes.
hall, dance area is on the second floor. Well, the floor would move, and we were still spinning records.
You're
the
kidding.
floor was bouncing because they were dancing so hard. So the needles going
no.
across the records.
Oh,
So
you're
not
kidding.
only was it a little spooky because you
yeah.
you can feel the beat, but you can
Oh,
also
you're
feel
kidding.
the.
Oh my.
So we couldn't play our music. So Blasick goes out to the truck and he gets 4 bungee cords and hangs them from a suspended ceiling, and we're standing on chairs spinning records that
You're
are hanging from
kidding
the
me.
ceiling
Oh
because
my
it was stable.
Are you kidding?
No, absolute truth.
Oh my
absolute
God.
truth.
That
you
is
name
wild.
it. You name it. We've done it. We were playing a party out at the YMCA or YWCA out at. Out on, where is it? On Lake?
Yeah, on Lake
it
and
used to be the
University,
YWCA, and they
yeah.
had that big gymnasium thing. And we were playing, and it was an evening wedding, I believe, and we always played Donna Summer's Last Dance at
Sure,
the end,
sure
okay,
you
because
did,
that's
yeah.
what you do.
Yeah.
And so we were playing it, and we were just having a good time, and I'm on the microphone and everything, and we get just about, I don't know, 2/3 of the way through Last Dance, and lightning hit the building and shocked me through the microphone.
no. Are
Blew
you
our
kidding me?
speakers literally out of the cabinets. People thought it was part of the show. They thought, more! They were saying, we can't even afford to pay for this one. I mean, it was an expensive lightning strike.
Oh,
Wow.
But yeah, it was. I mean, we had a great time, and of course, being brother-in-laws, it made it all that much better. But it got to be like anything else. After a while, if you get so busy, and like I said, we would play a Friday night, a Saturday afternoon wedding, and then a Saturday night wedding, and might even play a Sunday event. So
What were you charging per event? May I
I
ask?
think we were charging $300.
$100 for each
$100 a
person.
piece.
$100 a pop is a lot of money.
Yeah, well, you add that up times the weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so we raised it to 600, and we got more and more people that wanted. Finally, we just said we got to have a cutoff date, and we took the money from I think our last 5 or 6 jobs, put it all in, and the 6 of us, the guys and our wives, all went on a cruise for a week.
Oh, neat.
So, yeah, it was fun.
Oh, neat.
It was fun.
Totally, how many years did you do it?
1979 to 92, I believe.
Wow.
It's about 13 years.
Yeah.
Wow. I never knew that.
You
That's
never
pretty
knew that,
cool.
but you should have seen our equipment, man. We had to haul it around in a tree.
It sounded like you had.
Now they don't do it. They just put up 2 little speakers, and it's
you get
all
the little
digital.
tablet,
S1 Bose
Yeah.
speaker.
Yeah, that's right. It makes it's a
And
lot of fun, though.
and I was going to say, and you were making pretty good money back then.
Yeah.
Making all kinds of good money that all of us at that age needed pretty badly. So, I was more fun than anything else. We played one event, and it was a wedding, and everybody was sitting down on one side, and the other side, they'd all get up and dance. I said, what's going on? Well, the side that was sitting, they were all deaf. So they couldn't hear the music.
Really? No kidding.
So
Wow.
Pat, being Pat, goes over there and says, come on, get up. And so he'd get them all started. They danced the whole night.
Oh, wow.
You know, they'd wait for the other people to sit down, and then they'd stop and they'd sit
No
down. But
kidding.
They just had,
Wow.
had a blast. I mean,
What
played,
an experience
played out at
that
Willow
was.
Knolls and played something like Convoy, and might have been the Bunny Hop or one of those, but they went all around through the locker rooms, everybody kind of on a train, kind of following each other and holding each other's waist. Pat took them off the high dive.
No, he didn't.
Yes, and they're going in, clothes on,
Oh,
you name
my.
it.
Really?
And that's the only time we got a ticket for noise.
Oh, seriously?
Yes.
Did you really?
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we did.
Wow.
But the club paid it, so that's fine.
Yeah.
Anyway,
fun.
yeah,
Yeah.
little history lesson there from
One of the history lessons. It's the song that you played.
Last dance,
Yeah.
last
And
chance
did
for
And of course, we have
it's my last chance.
our announcements. We say you've been entertained this evening by the sights and sounds of us, Peoria's #1 party group. We thank you for coming this evening and hope you enjoy it. We'd start to talk, but we weren't there.
I need you.
So they're looking for where are these guys?
No, way to do it. You guys really made it.
They let our hair down.
You let your hair down so much you wound up without any. Well, we had a good time today, and with due respect, we are not dancing in the studio, but only in our minds, for that matter. So,
let's
thank you for listening. Thank you, Dick Crane and David Hood. Stand by Terry Chamberlain will be here tomorrow with and we hope you folks will join us as well on WACU FM 90.7 and on YouTube as well. Have a great day, everybody. Remember, God loves you, and so do you. Donna, you're on. Brought to you by us. Yeah?
By the sights and sounds of Breakfast with Roger and Fred. Thank you for coming, and we hope you've enjoyed.
Thank you, John. Thank you.